What's up? You're watching Chill. You're watching The Thrill. I climb up the hill. The rhymes come still. Darius, the Aquarius. I hope you're up to nothing nefarious. There he is.
Yeah, I'm not as good as you. You come with the rhymes. I just don't got the times.
Uh,
I just be
Nary's
on
with
my
the year.
podcast grinds.
You on the
Yeah,
podcast
you're so
grind?
rhymed.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? I got a red and a blue and a red and a blue. Is that like a Matrix thing? What's the reason for the rhythm? He's got like hearts and I don't know how to take it. Pick a side, bro. Red or blue. Let's just get into the news, screwy ass intro. I'm gonna shock you and awe you. We go to Knight's Edge Media, and there have been massive changes in Netflix's Avatar, The Last Airbender. They almost had under Mike DiMartino and Brian Kanetsku. Can I save you the time? This character, Uncle Iroh, because of the original creators, when they were doing the Netflix show, they said they got to make him evil. We got to say that he was plotting and scheming. He was working with the bad guys. How do you feel about that news story? That Uncle Iroh in the Netflix adaptation by the original creators, they don't like to do the same thing twice. The original guys, they said, yo, evil Iroh, we got to make it different. I respect it.
I would have hated that.
Why?
I would have hated that. Iroh is a very essential character when it comes to Avatar. The role that he plays in Zuko's arc to his redemption, the role that he plays as one of the members of the White Lotus, the role that he even plays being a part of the Fire Nation, because he wasn't banished. Zuko was banished. He was just with Zuko as a guide, as someone to keep watch over his brother's son. He wasn't banished himself. But that another thing that comes to mind is when he told Commander Zhao, what you do to those spirits, I'll do to you 10 times fold. He respected, even though he had conquest, had certain things as being a part of the Fire Nation that he wanted to conquest, being Ba Sing Se and other things like that. He still had respect and things like that for the spirit world, for even the Avatar. And I think him being evil just completely takes away Zuko's arc. You see Zuko pleading to him in the jail just to speak to him when Zuko doesn't understand, how he should move or whatever. So many, no.
Let me read some more for you. Each day, Zuko studies firebending with his uncle, the Fire Lord's brother. Zuko is a powerful firebender for his age, and he's eager to develop his skills, but Zuko doesn't know that Uncle is under strict orders from the Fire Lord to teach his son incorrect firebending. It's the Fire Lord's insurance that his son's power never surpasses his own. Prince Zuko, you don't want the blue fire, you want the red. Don't advance, Prince Zuko.
No thanks.
He says, fire comes from your breath. But the new Uncle Iroh would say, it comes from the gas. It comes from your anger. That's what new Uncle Iroh would say. So I respect their willingness not to do the same thing twice. But I wouldn't change Uncle Iroh. But it would be a cool twist if, you find out in season 3, what? He was actually trying. Yeah, but again, let's just say they do live action Korra. Korra goes to the spirit world and sees Uncle Iroh there. You'd have to change that too. So like one domino tumbles and it's hard. Yeah. I'm just listening to what you're saying and how integral he is. Maybe not him. Maybe try something with like Jet, or try something with Long Shot and Pipsqueak and those characters. Do something different there. Yue, maybe she doesn't die this time. But don't change too much. But I respect change. I respect differences. I don't want to see one for one adaptations all the time. I do in my manga, not for Avatar. I wanted a little bit of change. I like that we saw the owl library spirit in season 1. instead of waiting to season 2. There's some things I liked. Filoni would never. Let's jump over to this recent one you just sent me about It Welcome to Derry. That's one of our big topics today. We're on Geek Tyrant. And should I be sharing it? You would be able to see this. It welcomes creator teases ambitious It supercut with Stephen King's blessing. It really is a dream come true. Fans who've been holding out for a definitive all-in-one version of It Welcome to Derry just got a pretty exciting update. Andy Muschietti, the filmmaker behind it, and It Chapter 2, is still pushing forward with his long discussed supercut that would merge both films into a single sprawling narrative. Even better, the project already has the approval of Stephen King himself. Do you know what he asked me about a month ago, Stephen King? He said, "How's the supercut going?" I said, "Great, but it really is a dream come true to put two films into a single narrative piece." That kind of endorsement carries serious weight, especially considering how closely the two films already followed King's massive novel. Even so, Muschietti has always felt there's more room to explore the story, and the supercut would finally give him the space to do it right. So now we have a creator kind of doing the opposite, kind of like hands off. You know, he didn't want to get involved. Oh, I encourage what you're doing. Good job. This is different from the Avatar story, like literally the opposite.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're doing the supercut. Um, I actually think this is where Muschietti needs to stay. This is where he's shining currently. Um, for those that did watch it, Welcome to Derry, one of the best shows of the year. It was phenomenal, phenomenal. There were things, of course, that I had took issue with when it came to, I think as people of color, when watching it, Welcome to Derry, we were not only afraid of Pennywise himself, but also afraid of the white folks in Welcome to Derry and the just being on edge of what was going on within the Black community during that time in the show. So it was very very good show. Again, one of my biggest complaints from it was but again, I understand the time period of the show and things like that. But I also was like, didn't want to see it. The burning of the juke joint with the black folks in it. Didn't care for that at all. I remember out verbally saying when it came on, when that part came on, what the fuck, didn't want to see that part. So, but other than that, brilliant show. Brilliant show. Skarsgård as Pennywise is honestly Oscar worthy. You're muted.
Is Skarsgård the guy from the Thor movies and he was in Andor?
They are part of. That's what his son is Pennywise. One of his sons is Pennywise. He's got three sons that are all in the business.
The more you know. Now, which one of these guys had their store burned? The juke joint burned.
It wasn't like one of these children's particular parents, but they knew them. They were there.
Okay. I'm kind of upset at, and just as a fan of TV shows, even though I don't watch it, that they're saying It Welcome to Derry season 2 is in the works. I kind of feel like you should be farther in development than just in the works. I feel like you guys should have contingency plans should the show pop off. Like, what do you mean we're in the works? You should be like, filming begins next month because we planned for the first season to do well and we already had everything set. We were just waiting for the ratings to come in. When the ratings come in, we get straight to shooting. So I don't want to hear it. Season 2 is in the works. Because I feel that in the works means that it's going to take a while till filming. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel like that's what that would mean. It's just things are being written right now in the works.
I hope it doesn't take that long. Like I said, it was a brilliant show, and I would hate to have the steam of how excited everyone has been, for the show. I mean, the theme song even took life of its own on TikTok with people making TikToks to the theme song, things like that. So you would hate to lose that with a like 3 to 4 year gap. It's like, oh, here's season two. The kids look 20.
Oh, Stranger Things. And same with Avatar. The kids are getting older because it's been 2 years between the shooting that last season, the live action. And then they say the same with Percy Jackson with the Mount Olympus that show on Disney Plus. Do I dare click on Kevin Davis's post today? There no reason no reason for HBO to place black folks in White Town in Maine. They want to stir up controversy for Welcome to Derry. Yeah.
Well, obviously, you didn't watch the show. It definitely fit in with the narrative of the story. Um, um, regardless, regardless of what you might think, black folks were living in several different places, even unwanted places, redlined, but within the civil rights era during the Jim Crow era. Um, so I don't know if you watched the show, but they were also within their own. They were segregated. They were in their own neighborhood.
Mm. So I'm guessing the season 2 cast will be almost entirely non-black 27 years in the past.
I honestly do not know. I honestly do not know. I don't know if they're going forward. Actually, no, they are going backward, aren't they? I don't know. But you would have to explain like the stuff with Will, because you know how it ended. He's got Will at this point. Um, um, he mentioned to God, I forget her name, the girl with the glasses, but mentioned Richie, Finn Wolfhard's character. And we also know that Finn, in a recent interview, just said that he is returning to Derry. So I don't know if that's for like season 2 of the show, or if that's for the supercut that they're doing. I don't know.
Well, the numbers
So
are
I'm
in
not
for.
sure. I really don't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that if you go to the Nielsen charts, if you go on that beautiful website where they show you streaming numbers, that It Welcome to Derry was in 9th place with 681 million minutes watched with episode 8 on HBO Max. It quote unquote it charted, and I find that when shows chart, when especially the weekly episodic ones, well, this was weekly episodic, wasn't it? No?
Yes.
Yeah, so when it's weekly like that and you get 600 million people watching, you probably have enough money or enough viewers to warrant a second season. And as I learn more about these streaming numbers and stuff like that, I share. 600 is great. When Wonder Man comes out and all 6 episodes can only get 500, then we'll say, see, it failed. Just saying. What is Landman? I don't know what these shows are. I just care about the ones I care about. I wish though HBO Max though, let's just say this new season they're going even further in the past. No one's black. Then HBO Max needs to go not they don't need to go, "Oh my god, we need to force somebody black into our show." You go, "Okay, fine. One show just happens to be white. We'll even it out with a black TV show." That with a good budget, you feel me? Like, that would be way more impactful than, "All right, we'll just stick in a supporting character here in episode 3 and just find a narrative for him." Prodigious Lawyer says, "I mean, black folk were in the book, so I don't know why HBO would all of a sudden write them out. That comment didn't make sense to me with the whole Maine thing." Maine. Yeah, that guy's an idiot.
Don't.
Like,
You have to excuse most of his comments don't make any sense. But I don't know why there wouldn't be black people in the past one either, because we still have to remember, unless the events and things that happened at the end of season 2 are at the end of season 1 just aren't going to matter in season 2, or we're not going to see anything about them in season 2, then we would have to see him again. Will Hanlon, he's still out there. The family stayed in Derry. Will's parents stayed in Derry. Then you got all the other Black families that were still in Derry. But if it's in the past, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how the events from how it ended would play into season 2 if we're going in the past. But that has been the rumor, that we are going in the past.
Yeah. So we jump to our next major story. Let me give you a smaller story. This one isn't major. This one's about AMC. Walking Dead is sets release date for World War Z game tie-in featuring Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus. The video game industry is here. I know we're talking about the anime industry and stuff, but they've been able to figure out video games and the way that they convert over to our entertainment. And here we got Walking Dead hiring the actual actors to do the voices here. And Denai Guerrera's there and all that. All of them are here. The ultimate zombie killing crossover is on the horizon. World War Z has announced the release date. And the release date is... Where's the date? 2019. See below. Where's the date? Did I skip it?
Sorry, while you're looking for that, I was looking this up before you switched. It says that for its season 2, yes, it is going to be shifting to 1935, focusing on the brutal Bradley gang massacre, expanding Pennywise's mythology, featuring younger versions of some season 1 characters like Ingrid, and exploring the Neilvolt house origins, likely releasing in 2027. And the Bradley gang massacre is a major historical event that happened in Maine.
There you go. And here it is. The DLC is releasing January 29 on all of the platforms you expect them to be on. You gonna see the Walking Dead movie when it eventually comes out? I gotta see it.
I didn't watch The Walking Dead. Yeah, I did not watch The Walking Dead.
Same guy who created the Invincible comic.
Mm-hmm. Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman. It was delayed because Netflix had to give their blessing for season 2. I honestly wouldn't mind a Sinner's take on it. What y'all think? Oh, a Sinner's take, like video games? A Sinner's take? Yeah, sure. I don't play these games. But it would be a good idea.
I don't think he's talking about a video game.
Well, a Sinner's take on what?
About Sinners, the movie, take on it. Pennywise.
Oh, he just didn't put capital letters on it.
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Okay.
Maybe that's not what he means. Maybe he's talking about something else that you're talking about. Maybe I missed a part.
Clarify, please, Nova Dragon. Prodigy's lawyer says, "Oh Lord, girl, bye. Hope folk have fun and it's a good game, but I'm good. Walking Dead in 2026, no thanks." Wow. But eventually things
I tried to get into it. Recently, and I couldn't. Maybe it's because it's, when did it come out? Like 03?
2010? No, 2010. 2011.
Okay. Well, it was hard because it was too far back. The CGI and the fake. It just wasn't for me. I was like, oh no, I missed it.
I'm telling you,
Game of Thrones doesn't have that effect.
Retro is in. Did you see the trailer that they had for the He-Man thing, the Masters of the Universe
thing?
Yeah.
Not long ago,
yes, but I mean,
times were simpler.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean that he took the words out of my mouth. Times were simpler. This is when times were simpler.
This
He-Man
was
made
a
a
healthy breakfast.
resurgence. Go ahead, play that.
This was a powerful workout. And this was a hero. Perhaps now more than ever, we need that kind of hero again.
What a mag ass trailer. This were the olden days. And look. What?
They're gonna butcher this. A lot of people are not gonna like this.
No, this was like at the core of what the saying is: "Make America great again." Remember these times. Remember, look at all this. Look at the nostalgia factor. Look at all these white folks. Look at all this was exercise. Yeah, white guys in the lead, and then you cut over to the zoom into the face, and look, they didn't race swap. Yeah, is somebody black in this new show? Yes, he is. And what does he say in this? What's his lines? Black guy, what's your line? Woo! That is the
I'm pretty sure
acceptable amount.
is that not? Hold on.
That looks like Idris Elba. I mean, he's scrunching his face. It's hard to say.
I'm pretty sure that's it. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that's Idris Elba.
Well, Idris can say woo. He even dyed his hair something light. That's an acceptable amount of the tolerable amount of blackness on this. He-Man will be fine, bro. They were talking to you, MAGA heads. You guys are gonna just go crazy for it, same way you did for the Top Gun Maverick.
Not a big fan of He-Man. It made a resurgence when I was a kid. I remember getting on my birthday from people that weren't family the action figures of Skeletor and of He-Man. Skeletor with his purple. What did he ride? Was it a cat as well?
Yeah, he had a cat.
I forget. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, big purple cat, and then I had He-Man's cat, which I forgot his name to his cat, but so those are the only. That's the only. I never watched the show. That's the only memory I ever have of He-Man.
That's a beautiful cat. We're covering it. That thing there. That's a beautiful cat.
Isn't the cat supposed to be green?
Maybe because of green screens they had to change the color, maybe? What studio is doing this? Is it Paramount? Because they're doing a cat for Children, Blood and Bone. So I want to know that they've mastered the art.
Well, they clearly haven't, because the cat is supposed to be green and supposed to have armor and all types of shit. Why the fuck is He-Man in this t-shirt and not in this armor?
Ooh, yeah. Why is he wearing a shirt like that? A little button up. He doesn't look like.
I guess he wore a shirt. My apologies, He-Man heads. He wore something. It still doesn't look like that, but he wore something similar to that.
Dragonfly says He-Man was the shit back in the day. Maybe back in your day. It sounds like they are assuming the roles as masters of the universe. Jumanji feels. Ooh, I see the Jumanji. But those movies made money. But I see it. I can see it. Idris still playing with. Idris still playing the funny black sidekick, bro. Why? I don't know. I know he's doing films in Ghana and he's trying to increase what they've got going there. So maybe he's doing it to take the money and then he'll do some stuff with the money. Sorry I'm late to the party. You're good. Abomination AJ, hey, he says the shirt. I'm not a He-Man guy. I can't add much more conversation to it. I'll be interested in seeing it. Go He-Man.
You're gonna go see it? Or
I'll be interested
to see it, but you're gonna watch it.
I'll be interested in watching it. Let me see what this He-Man thing's all about. It's a very popular franchise. I'll give it a shot.
So is he supposed to be in this futuristic Atmosphere. I don't.
You cut off.
Oh, sorry. I don't remember futuristic stuff. There were times where it was on the television. I don't remember futuristic stuff, and I'm looking at these pictures here from the show, and nothing is saying futuristic. I'm seeing castles and deserts. So did they change it? Did they do their own thing?
Maybe.
They
Maybe
clearly did with
Idris.
the cat, because that cat don't look shit like the cat here.
Maybe Idris Elba's casting is like, yo, he's actually going to be more serious of a character, more top billing than you would expect, right? The show's not called He-Man; it's called Masters of the Universe, and maybe his character is a master. Maybe they'll change things. Maybe the cat belongs to Idris. Find out tomorrow with the teaser trailer.
Oh, it's called Battle Cat. That's the cat's name, Battle Cat.
Battle Cat. It's green. Okay. Thank you, Xavier.
What-
Idris should be leading man.
Skeletor's cat?
I think you're right. That he should be leading man in everything now. And I would like to remind you of the reality what we live in, where leading man roles are not coming to him over and over and over and over and over. I will definitely watch it. Once again, I will watch it for everyone. Yeah, you can watch it for me, Andre. Look. I'll tune into the teaser tomorrow, and I'll give this thing a chance, bro. Maybe you might get some representation.
Skeletor's cat is Panther. It's a better name than Battle Cat.
Is it black? It's a
Purple.
panther. Oh, it's purple. Close enough. Well, since we're going back in time, guess what I'm gonna pull up next? Guess.
I think I'm already. I know. It's the only other thing that's time rewinding.
We go back 20 years to see Vanessa Hudgens and your girl Ashley Tisdale.
Hi!
School!
Musical!
High School Musical will be right back on Disney Channel.
20 years ago.
Stick around, there's still more High School Musical to come right here on Disney Channel. Hey everybody, welcome back to the premiere of High School Musical. Zach was just showing us his dance moves from the song Get Your Head in the Game.
Okay, it's really easy. You start with the ball at your side, then cross over your chest, pull it back, grab, and throw.
I think
They
you've got
knew.
it.
Yeah, you've got it. Everybody now. Get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game.
I love that song.
Vanessa
I so wish I was in
didn't,
that scene.
because she
Well,
still
you're
didn't
in
do it
luck,
right.
because tomorrow night you can sing along with all the songs from the movie, including mine. Tomorrow night at 8/7 Central, Disney Channel presents a special sing-along version of the film.
Right after tonight's
Look at
premiere,
this.
you can download
I
all the
We
remember
already are
that.
telling you about the sing-along version. We already know, like, hey, this is how the dance. This is like, they knew this would be a hit before it even came out. Like, the songs were all catchy. Hey, Vanessa
That's
got it.
because it was a Kenny Ortega film. Anything Kenny did back in the day with Disney Channel original movies skyrocketed. Cheetah Girls, boom. Cheetah
He
Girls
did
2,
Cheetah Girls
boom.
too. He got Cheetah Girls and he got High School Musical on his belt.
Yeah. He's got Camp Rock on his belt. He's got
Oh, that's a good one too.
yeah, no.
Did he do the one with Tia and
Kenny
Tamera?
Ortega. I don't know if he did 17 again. Or are you talking about Twitches?
Twitches.
He might have done Twitches. I think he might have done Twitches. And he also did Hocus Pocus, the original, not the second. You can tell he didn't do the second. You can tell he didn't do Cheetah Girls 3. It's the worst of them.
High School
But
Musical.
yes, Kenny Ortega, he was that guy.
Which High School Musical was your favorite film out of the three?
Ooh. My favorite out of the three.
Okay, which had the best songs?
I like the second one. The second one is the one where they're at the retreat, right?
Yes, Summer Vacation.
Yeah, second one's pretty good, but I like the first one a lot. It's a classic.
Is this them now?
It was Ashley Tisdale and Lucas Gravio.
I love that. I love that for them. And I hope they do it again on the 30th anniversary and the 40th.
Kenny Ortega did Hocus Pocus, High School Musical 1, 2, and 3. He's done all of the Descendants films, which are really popular. I've never seen not one of them, but I know they're really popular at Disney. It's like the villains' kids or whatever. Yeah. He also did Michael Jackson's This Is It, the film before Mike passed. Cheetah Girls, the Hannah Montana movie. This is not his IMDb. That's something else. It's just an overview on Google. But anyway, yeah, Kenny was that guy.
Okay. Yo, check out who's in the crowd right now. We got Star Wars Santa. Hey there, I'm 25 minutes behind, but catching up. You better jump forward to the live. I want to do a Star Wars story next. I want to do a Star Wars story right quick. We're done with the Ashley Tisdale and all that. Yeah, we're all in this together. Everyone good. I like the second movie more. Also, great songs and all that good stuff. But enough. We got to talk about our boy David Filoni and The Rap. Did you remember yesterday when I was telling you how The Rap posted something about, oh, he didn't really like Andor? Did you guys know that? Well, The Rap posts one more time and says in an article, well, he wasn't keen on Star Wars Visions either. It's not just that he didn't like Andor, it's Star Wars Visions. What does that say to you? Because to me, it means, okay, someone who works at The Rap doesn't like Dave Filoni got the job and wants to put out stuff like that. Maybe it's a Lucasfilm person who also doesn't like Dave Filoni, but they're like, yeah, let's be angry together that Dave Filoni got the job. Let's paint him as the bad guy. He doesn't like to watch Andor, and he didn't like Visions either. Now, as a guy who didn't like Andor and don't care for Visions, I'm going, so what? I'm unbothered by this. Dave Filoni, you don't like the things I don't like either? Good. You like things that are within canon, that forward story that like build to something that have more force in it. You like that kind of stuff, Dave Filoni? You like the rules of Star Wars? So do I. So I'm like happy with this news, even though I kind of recognize there is a smear job trying to be done through whoever this Lucasfilm spokesperson is and the Rap article website. That's what I feel. How do you think about this brand new revelation, Darius, that Dave Filoni was, quote, not keen on Star Wars Visions?
I don't believe it. I mean, he may not have liked it or may have felt indifferent about it. So I can't say I don't really believe that part. But as far as him, the Andor stuff, he's publicly praised Andor. Now we can't speak to what has been said behind closed doors or anything like that. Maybe this person has good sources or whatever. But he's publicly praised Andor. I don't know if he said anything publicly about Visions. Don't pay attention to Visions. Wasn't my cup of tea. But I think it's just people trying to start division. I think it's poking at the bear. I think it's unnecessary too. It's like, why, you could have put this story out when he was COO or whatever title he had before president. You waited until he got the title of president to dig up some dirt to try to stir up animosity in an already hostile fandom. But from what I've seen, also a lot of people aren't falling for it. A lot of people aren't like, buying into the whole, oh, Dave didn't like this and Dave said this and Dave said that. A lot of people are going with the same narrative that you and I are just said, like, oh, okay, you're just trying to start shit because you saved this story. You could have put this out when he had the other title.
Hold up. Sorry, I'm getting a text. I'm just gonna say I'm streaming. Sorry. You can talk.
Oh no, I was done. Um, but Xavier said, now the Andor folks, oh, I lost it. Now the Andor folks are going to be pissed. Yeah, I don't really know if I've even seen a lot of people, like I said, biting the bait that has been put out.
Oh, let me cut to this. Star Wars Santa. Yes, I'm live now. Thank you for being live. Okay, he says, ho, ho, ho. Yeah, seems like he's more into canon. Not that he disliked Andor Visions, just not his main thing.
Yeah,
Santa,
and
did
I
you watch
appreciate
it,
that
right?
personally.
Go ahead. You appreciate that?
I appreciate that he's into canon. Yes, that is what has been missing. That is what has been taken. That's what has gotten us where I feel where we are today. No canon, straying too far from canon.
I
It's
can
not
also
bad to create your own thing.
no. I can also envision a scenario where they were in the cafeteria and new shows were going around, right? Andor, it was 2020, Visions, all this other stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I want to do something. I want to make the next season of Ahsoka. I want to," and then they go, "No, we already gave those resources of an animated show to a place called Visions, so you can't do Good Batch or whatever he had cooking." And he goes, "Oh, Visions," and he said something that was sounding like he didn't like it, but he's more so upset that, well, because these shows exist, he can't get more shows. Oh, Andor's happening. Oh my god, what's the budget on that? I wish we had a budget like that. And then someone's listening nearby, and they go, "Dave Filoni doesn't like Andor." And then they give that information to the rap. I look, whether it's true or whether it's not true, both of those shows are dead ends. I think Visions is going to finish off this year with the Ninth Jedi continuation, and then Andor just finished last year. So we're at the other end of it. There's there's really nothing. Well, I keep using the word substantive when I talk about these things, but there's never anything substantive that is going to come from this. Does it mean that he's going to change season 3 of Andor? No, it's not. Rogue One is season 3 of Andor, and we're already set in place. Yeah, it's a big nothing story, but it's meant to make you hate Dave Filoni. Someone hates him at the studio.
Yeah, it's definitely meant to kick up controversy.
It's fear mongering. Just wait and see and let him cook. The toxic fandom never happy. Oh, Lawrence, let me ask you this then. Just wait and see. I'll ask you too, Darius. How long do we wait before we can have our judgment on Dave Filoni? That's a really tough question.
I think you got to get Mando Grogu out. Let that movie get out. Let Starfighter get out. Let Ahsoka get out. After that, the first project that is under him, that is new, because these ones weren't under him. Starfighter wasn't greenlit under him, and these other ones. Then you judge him on how what he's doing, especially. Yeah, it might be a while away, but we can't judge him on these projects.
We shouldn't. But at the same time, bro, that Star Wars Mall show, that's him.
Oh, and that's going to be brilliant.
Uh-huh. I want to say, I want to say, like, I'm a reactor. I'm a guy I'm a YouTube personality. I'm going to have opinions. I am valid in having an opinion on his Star Wars announcements. So yes, while I understand I got to wait for Mando Grogu to come out, and wait for Starfighter to come out, and then I can say, all right, let's watch something. He'll probably announce something before Starfighter comes out. Like, we'll know what the next movie is. And I'm going to be super critical of what that movie is. If the next movie coming after Starfighter is something about an alien or one of the skeleton crew kids get older and we're going to follow them, I'm going to say, no, bro, they didn't have the Force. What's this about? If it's Mandalorian Grogu Part 2, if they have a sequel to their movie, and I'll say, okay, that makes sense because, assuming the first Mandalorian Grogu movie made money, I'll say that's a good choice. Jon Favreau was directing that also. That's a good choice too. And I'm going to be judgmental. I am. On the announcements.
Yeah.
I don't have to wait for a project.
Yeah. That's what that's what I was kind of going to try to get at. Not to really wait for the project itself, but the announcement title. What is it going to be? Because really, if it's his Mando verse Grogu, or the Mandoverse film that got allegedly put on the back burner. Let's say he wants to bring that back to the forefront. If the conceptual idea that was that film is still the idea that's on the table, no. Where you're talking about where the people from some key figures from Ahsoka, some figures from Skeleton Crew, and then some figures from the Mando Grogu, and I think Boba come together, and they all try to take down Thrawn. No, that sounds terrible. That really sounds really bad. I don't want to see that.
I've actually heard most having hope that Filoni won't just focus on Ahsoka and the Clone Wars era. An Abeloth series and movie would be amazing. I'm too fly. So it's another conspiracy chill. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire. Yeah, a year or two, he's talking about the article and the spokesperson at Lucasfilm, or the mole. A Maul show, wouldn't that be Clone Wars, where he has already inserted? Well, let's see what this Maul show is going to be. Star Wars posted not a trailer, but a teaser for tomorrow's trailer. Love it. They just hit us with sound effects.
I'm super perplexed as to why they haven't dropped it yet. I know they're dropping it tomorrow, but if anyone is curious, I don't know if the one that is still online is going to be the one that they show tomorrow, but it is online. It's the one that they showed at Celebration. So it's not Clone Wars. It is Clone Wars animation, but I don't remember who sent that super. It's not Clone Wars, but it is Clone Wars animation. This is taking place after we see Maul in season 7, when he escapes the Republic cruiser that they were holding him on. And then he leaves and, leaves Ahsoka and Rex to deal with Jesse and everyone else. So from there, Maul goes to build Crimson Dawn, where we see him later older in Solo. Yeah, so he goes to build Crimson Dawn with Kira, and you've got Dryden Voss, you've got Black Sun, you've got the Pikes. So he builds the criminal underworld and becomes a major threat. Again, when we see him in Rebels, he is known as the Shadow. And I'm praying for in Maul, in Maul Shadow Lords. The only way for him to have the Inquisitors to have given him a name called the Shadow is they've had to have encountered Maul before to give him that name.
No, doesn't that mean they didn't encounter with him?
Why would that mean that they didn't encounter with him?
Who is this guy? We don't know who he is. We call him the Shadow. No, it doesn't mean they had to have met him.
Okay, so have you watched that episode where they're conversating with him? They allude that they met with Maul before.
Okay.
That he's killed Inquisitors before.
I don't remember, but sure, I'll take your word.
It's the episode where they are of Rebels, where they are trying to get the Sith holocron, and Vader shows up, Ahsoka's there, Maul's there, Inquisitors are there. Which would mean, hopefully, prayerfully, maybe him and Vader have fought. Because he says in that episode, the one that they call Vader will be here soon, and I cannot defeat him alone. Maul has never backed down from a fight. So why would he say I can't beat him alone if he's not already been beaten by him? So I'm hoping this is the beaten by him we see. Hope we get to see Vader, Clone Wars animation, and Maul have some big fight. That's wishful thinking, but we'll see. But the trailer is up for anybody interested if you want to see it.
A trailer is up.
Maul Shadow Lords trailer.
Oh, this is my chance to give Filoni points, because tomorrow, Darius, if he changes the trailer we can recognize that as good management. Oh, he knows fans have already seen the leaked version, and so he just recut up a new trailer, showing more, giving more. We can say, okay, good job, Dave Filoni. That's something else that we can judge you on and give you points for.
For sure.
Don't let me
For
down
sure.
Dave
I'm rooting
Filoni.
for Dave. I'm a big Dave
yeah.
fan.
Make me a
I
Star
like
Wars
Dave a
fan. Bro.
lot.
I liked Rebels a lot, and I like Simon Kinberg and what he had to do with Rebels. So while the whole world is upset with this trilogy that Simon Kinberg is doing, he did Dark Phoenix. I'm like, he did Rebels, so I'm okay with the
He
writing.
helped with Rebels.
And he can help with this 10, 11, 12. He can help there.
He helped with Rebels. Rebels was Dave, and that's also a testament to Dave, because I remember the shift from Clone Wars to Rebels and the animation change, and I thought it looked kiddie, and I thought it looked, I was like, what are we doing? Who is this kid? Why? I fucking love Rebels. Rebels is up there to me with Clone Wars. It's great.
It's some of the Ahsoka stuff is what made me want to watch Rebels. I just thought it was whatever, stupid little kid show. Maybe we'll feel the same way about Star Wars Resistance, because currently I think it's a stupid little kid show. But some people say
I can't. People say it's good.
People say Star Wars Santa said it was cool, and he told me that in Ahsoka there was what's the Asian dude's name? He was also in Star Wars Resistance. He was like the father of one of the kids.
Yeah.
It's tied. It's canon, bro.
It is canon. It was when they showed Vader for me in Rebels. When Vader showed up to deal with Ezra and the Ghost Crew. When he first showed up, that was brilliant. It was great. That's what made me watch. And then from there, fell in love with the rest of it. I think season 3 and 4 of Rebels are really up there with some of the best seasons of Clone Wars.
Vader gives the same spiel to every kid in every video game, movie, TV show. You could be my apprentice. Join the dark side. He said the same thing to all of the kids. He saw Ahsoka. He's like, oh, the apprentice lives. She said, no, I'm going to avenge his death. He wanted Ahsoka. I think Galen Malik. It's probably a comic book I'm forgetting. But every time Darth Vader sees someone, he goes, oh, look, my next apprentice. Rebels gets way better at the end of season 1. Yes. Rebels season 2 was pretty good. Rebels season 3 and 4 are fantastic.
They are. Man, I'm telling you, season 3 and 4 is some of the best Star Wars. It's so good. The dialogue, storytelling. It's so good, man. It's so good. Doesn't season 3 open with Buzz Cut Ezra?
Yeah.
With the
little time jump.
That shit's great. Great.
That's kind of what some shows are missing, a little time jump. That's what comic books are missing. Show me character progression, and Star Wars does move the clock forward on their shows. Now we got to move the clock forward on Grogu so we can get him talking. We have a super chat. They're probably doing the same thing right now. They're just at home. Hey, when's your release date for Odyssey? You mean your release date for Odyssey? Tom Holland and Zendaya. Battery for $2 super chat says Vader versus Maul would just be Star Wars corn, but I'm down. We deserve this.
We do, man. We do. They've never met. I mean, and that would just be great. The two apprentices. I mean, that was Maul's plan anyway in season 7. Remember, he was like, I orchestrated this entire battle to lure Anakin here to kill him. So we would have gotten that fight if Ahsoka wouldn't have shown up, and if the Chancellor wouldn't have gotten captured by Grievous by that time. So
yeah. And then the Jedi sent over Ahsoka, who was like not really a Jedi, so it wasn't an official mission, if I remember correctly. I love that what she did though over on Mandalore when she was falling from the sky. We deserved that too. That was great.
Great. Her
whole. You make me want to watch You make me want to watch that season. Not the first
Joe,
4 episodes.
I have to send you. I have a super cut that I got from. So I don't remember who it was. They made a super cut of episode 3 in season. Those last 2 episodes of last 3 episodes of season 7 of Clone Wars and mixed them in. It's so brilliant. You know how when they're talking about when Windu and the other Jedi are talking about how
Yes.
if he does not give up his emergency powers, then it switches. So it'll on the supercut I have, it switches from that to the transitions to the live action, then back to it's brilliant. It's poetry. I'll have to send it to you.
Does it include Depa Billava dying also in the beginning of that show, Bad Batch?
I wish they did, but that was before it came out. I want to personally make a supercut with that, with the last 3 episodes of season 7, and some of the stuff. You know how in season 7 when Obi-Wan runs in and says, "Oh, the Chancellor's just been captured." I want the 2D version, Cartoon Network from like 2005. The actual capturing of Grievous, put that in the supercut, and fuse that all together. You would have that entire part of the story right there.
But they'd keep adding more and more. They'd want to show you Quinlan Vos. We said he's alive, so how did he survive?
We have to add that. You got to add it all.
So many survivors.
Go back and make a huge supercut.
See Grogu running away from the Jedi Academy with the Ahmed Best character.
I even said, "Damn, they got to add that because that's good." The stuff with I think it was in Obi-Wan where Anakin was killing. They showed Anakin in the hood.
Oh yeah,
the clones of mine. Got to put that in there.
And Reva's indestructibility. But yeah, $2 super Vader versus Maul. And as you said, there is a hint that they did meet each other and they did have a altercation. Who wins the fight? I mean, I know for it to end, it would mean that Maul escaped Vader, right? That's kind of the end, right? That's the only ending I would accept.
I think it wouldn't even really be too much of a competition. I think Maul is great. Maul's what they did with Maul. Maul went from being like, "Oh, that's a really cool character," to, "Oh, that's one of my favorite characters." With what they were able to do with him in Clone Wars, taking him from season 5, the everything that he did till now with him. Sam Witwer as him, brilliant. I love Maul, but I think that's easy Vader. I mean, Vader's standing over Maul. That Vader's 7 foot something. He's mechanical, stronger than Maul. Well, Maul has got mechanical legs, but Vader's got the mechanical arms. He's stronger than Maul. Vader also like if you watch that episode where he's fighting Ahsoka, how he towers over Ahsoka, and he's like swinging. The swings as Vader are so much different than Anakin. He's swinging to like he's like trying to kill like that. So I don't know. I just think that it's not really much of a competition between Vader and Maul.
Who's playing Maul in the series? That's confirmed. It's Sam Witwer.
Yeah, Sam Witwer. Yeah.
And I can confirm Darth Vader's being played by I just forgot his name. The legendary dude. He passed away last year.
Jones?
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
They're going to use his voice. They're going to digitize it, fix it up, and then give compensation to the Earl Jones family.
Earl Joneses.
Or maybe they're just the Joneses.
I think they might just be the Joneses. I think he's James Earl.
Got it. Size matters not. Judge me by my size, do you? Come on, Darius. Oh, he got Star Wars on you.
Right. Size matters not. It doesn't. But Vader is just, I think he's stronger than Maul. I think he's stronger than Maul. Maul got beat by Ahsoka. And who trained Ahsoka?
Anakin Skywalker. And Obi-Wan. Yep.
Yeah.
Next up, Simon Kinberg's planned trilogy, but the focus will be on a brand new lead. I started reading the middle of the sentence. Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker is reportedly expected to have a major role in Simon Kinberg's planned trilogy, but the focus will be on a brand new Leads, plural, leads. Okay. Not what I want to hear. Not what I want to hear. Like, see the last time we talked Star Wars and see the last time before that and the time before that. It's the fear of, well, if Rey is in the movie, does that mean she's like integral to the Jedi religion? Is her Jedi ancient texts like is she the keeper of it? Is she on the council? Is she like how valuable
She
to
is
the
the
world is
council.
she? She is the
She is.
council.
You remember what they say, that she's their Obi-Wan or something? I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
Dave
that's
doesn't.
something.
Maybe Dave doesn't feel that way. That was a different regime. Maybe Dave doesn't feel that way. But I've been saying, even with Dave taking over, I don't think that he's just going to say, "Hey, Daisy, piss off.
Yeah.
See ya when we don't." Like, no, I don't think that he's gonna do that. He's just I think they're gonna, if she wants to do more Star Wars, I think they're gonna let her do more Star Wars. They're gonna find projects that work for her, and they're gonna do it. I don't think Dave's gonna just tell her to fuck off.
You know, if she is in this movie, but she links up with Ahsoka, because Ahsoka would be alive. She was young in Clone Wars. If we get Ahsoka and Rey, and they just kind of try to put together a Jedi Council of some sorts, maybe even the guy from the Cal Kestis, maybe even some other people who are still alive, a student or two out of Luke's school, guys who graduated before Ben Solo went crazy. If we can just let me just keep it at Ahsoka. If we can just say Ahsoka is there with Rey, then so what if Rey is in this movie? Maybe I can stomach it. But like as this report says, they're gonna have other leads, so it doesn't mean it's ruined. It's just like, I guess they don't want to throw away what they worked so hard on, 3 movies worth of a character. But it's like, you got to see the story. You got to see it. You got to see the story.
Oh, Rey.
Will they ever address her last name? You can't just call yourself a Skywalker.
Oh, but she is. She is. And Ahsoka's gonna be like, "You're a what?" That's
Okay, Sky Gal.
That's not. They're never gonna meet. If they might meet, I don't know. I really don't want them to. But then, I really don't want them to. And I don't know, man.
We need them to. We need some sense. I hope Ahsoka is in the Peridia galaxy from now all the way until the sequel trilogy era, and then she like rides on one of the Purgles. She comes back to the main galaxy. What did I miss? And then she can just say, "Fine, I'm gonna set the new Jedi Order. I'll be in charge." Who's this Rey? Rey, can I see that lightsaber that you put in the sand? Cool. We're gonna start here.
No, I hope Ahsoka keeps to her same thing that she's been doing. I hope she doesn't come back to the Order. Hope she stays independent. Gray Jedi, if you will. I know some people don't like that term. Gray Jedi. Yeah, she's not a Jedi. I want her to stay that way.
It's Rey forever. She is the new chosen one. I bet it won't be a black male lead. I'll subtract the male part and just take black lead. Why would they ever? The studio that's canceling Blade, the studio that did all of what they did, do a black lead of a Star Wars movie. I hope so. I hope they do. Black male or female. I hope. That'd be great. $200 million budget. A melanated character, and no one's going to talk about slavery. No one's going to talk about the tropes that we're used to, because it's a brand new escapism world where none of that is ever going to be relevant. That'd be awesome.
What Star Wars Santa just said, that's exactly what I believe is happening as well. I believe that Anakin is already the father, in the father position. Rumor has it that Sam Witwer is playing Galen, Starkiller, live action, and that would take place of the son. That's a hard one, though. I don't know if that one's really true, but I do believe that Ahsoka is going to take the place of the daughter.
Yeah, same here. Like it would be really cool. It would be cool also if they had got Yuuzhan Vong and a threat like that happening on Peridia, and that's keeping her there. I can't just abandon these people. They don't know anything. You know, a lot of these guys in this galaxy, the Force is strong in this galaxy, so maybe I can teach them. Yeah, and then we can explain how we've got all these Jedi, and one day they ride the whale, they ride the Purgle back to the main galaxy, and we teach Force. You know, we got 40, 50 years worth of training with Ahsoka. 40 years, I think. 40. The gap between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, that's 40 years, isn't it? 30?
Between who?
40. The gap between the last George Lucas Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi, and Force Awakens with J.J. Abrams. That's a 40-year gap. Yeah. So within those last 40 years, Ahsoka's been helping out, training the new guys. So she would be 80 years old for a Togruta, whatever that would look like. Well, let's just make up, though. She'll have longer tendril, longer. What's it? Lilac? What do they call it? I called it a Twi'lek. No. What's the hair extension that they got?
The hair extension is not an extension. It's just like a part of their. I don't know.
It's not an antenna. Where are you Star Wars fans at? Help us out. But it'll just be longer because Shak Ti had a much longer one when we saw her when she was older. They will bring Boyega back and he will sacrifice himself to save Rey. I don't think John Boyega would agree to something that would portray him poorly. I think he'd only come back if Dave Filoni says, look, you're going to be wearing Jedi robes, you're going to be a Jedi Master or Jedi Knight. It's fine. We're not going to embarrass you. What are you interested in? Well, I don't want to be on my knees drinking water out of a pool with a hippo monster that's degrading. Oh, that makes sense. We won't depict you that way. I think John Boyega will be able to protect his character more so coming to the negotiation table for this film. You think they will ever bring the girl back from that show everybody hated? The outspoken girl? The Acolyte?
Amandla
Stenberg? Yeah, but that takes place in a time period that nothing else takes place in, except the High Republic comic books. So, no, probably not. If that's what you're talking about, Amandla Stenberg. I can confirm the Witwer is voicing the son of Mortis in Ahsoka Season 2. They're retelling a bit of the story to bring new viewers up to speed.
Yeah, that part I knew. I know what was involved. The rumors just about him being involved as more than just the voice of the son and coming back as Galen in live action. I don't know if I believe those, but yeah, I know he's involved as the son.
And I would not be mad at them retelling the story from that Clone Wars episode. I'll also watch the Clone Wars episode the moment after I finish the episode on Ahsoka. Yeah, I'll see the Mortis arc. I should probably do it now. And the mother is Rey. I'm thinking that we're going to get a new Mortis gods. Anakin as the father, Ahsoka as the daughter, and Balin as the son. Leku. Thank you, Leku. Thank you. I call it a tentacle. Mantrals. I heard that one too, but Leku sounds right. Xavier says Leku. Abomination. Just make him a knight. He prefers the field, or make him the Jedi Secretary of Defense. We talking about Finn? Sure, yeah. Give him a nice little position there. And he doesn't have to be all over the movie, but if you got a fight scene, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. There's a 0% chance they will make Starkiller canon. He gotta have a blue or yellow saber, though. He can't just be another Mace Windu. I'm not mad at a purple lightsaber. I'm not mad.
Give him orange. In the old games, Plo Koon used to have orange.
Plo Koon? That's your boy's favorite. Next up, We're done with Star Wars.
I think so. I think that's it on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mall
Let's
trailer
keep-
tomorrow. Excited for it.
Right. We go to Martin Luther King. Why did you send me this story here?
Oh yes, this story. So I guess Nike and LeBron teamed up to do a new color wave shoe for him, and they splattered the motel color where Dr. King was assassinated on the shoe, and people are calling it tasteless and saying that it's, I mean, the color is nice, the shoe is nice, but I do agree. They also on the shoe, I guess, put something about his stats, LeBron being one of the ones that, I don't know, something with his stats that has nothing to do with Dr. King. So it's just like, if you're going to go in that lane and do that, why not put something that had something to do with Dr. King on there, something that he said on the shoe or something like that, and pick a different colorway? Why would you pick the color where the man was assassinated?
Okay. You can probably expect this retort from me, but sometimes he's just a famous guy. He puts his name on it. He's not thinking about the color wave. And there's somebody evil at Nike who decided to do this. Some little shit disturber is like, you know what would be funny? I'm racist. They'll never suspect this. Tells his little friend about it. His friend posts it on Facebook. Another friend posts it, and then it just catches wind that this happens to be the same exact color scheme as the motel in Memphis. And I don't know. That's a possibility. It's also a possibility that it's coincidental and this was just a nice little color. That's a possibility, I'm saying. And then there's the possibility, but still, I must say, I don't think LeBron James, that man, LeBron Raymond James, said, we're going to memorialize his death with this shoe color. I don't think he did.
So you don't think he was in the room picking colors? You think he has no say?
With this intention to match the motel, I'll have to hear him say it himself and try to explain why this is honoring him. And then I'll be mad at LeBron.
He has yet to come out and say anything about about it, to correct it, to say, "Oh no, that's not." Yeah,
but did you see that dunk in Denver yesterday night? That man went sky high though. He was like he was 23 years old. It was great. I'll give him
video.
48
There's
hours.
a video with that too. There's a video with that too, from one of this. I think he's with. He might be with one of the sports channels. He had some things to say. I completely agree with him.
Battery says, maybe I'm slow. I like the colorway. What's the issue? So you see the motel where Martin Luther King died in Memphis?
Play the video. Let the dude explain it.
Okay, I'll play the video. Let me find the video. Is it this guy, David Dennis Jr.? Yeah. Yeah, maybe he'll convince me.
Capitalism is going to get us all, I'm telling you. So LeBron James, Nike are releasing or unveiling today that they're releasing a shoe to commemorate the life of Dr. Martin Luther King by having a colorway that is taken from the Lorraine Motel, the place where Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, and slapping it on a Nike shoe and selling it for $210. Also on the shoe is a commemoration of LeBron James scoring 51 points in Memphis, because that moment in American history deserves to be on the same space as the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. Look, there are so many other places that you can take colorways from to honor Dr. King. You can take places from Atlanta, take Birmingham, Montgomery. What about Washington, D.C., where he delivered the I Have a Dream speech? The last place that I would think of would be the signage from where he was assassinated. Now, look, the Lorraine Motel has now been turned into the National Civil Rights Museum. It's a beautiful museum. I know a lot about it. I was there when it opened. Actually, I was 4 years old. It does a beautiful job of telling the story of Dr. King in those last days. and I encourage everybody to go. I do not encourage everybody to feel as though buying a $200 shoe of the signage of the Lorraine Motel is doing anything to honor anybody. It just feels like a tone deaf situation from Nike, from LeBron, from all parties involved. And I think it's also important to note why Dr. King was in Memphis in the first place on the day that he was assassinated. He was there for the rights of sanitation workers, union workers, for their livelihood and their well-being, and to honor that by creating a shoe that is made from people who are suffering from unjust labor laws and are forced to make these shoes is not really the way to go. But Dr. Martin Luther King was killed while trying to fight against the dredges of capitalism. There's nothing more capitalist than slapping Nike on a shoe on a color that sort of trivializes, not sort of, very much so trivializes one of the most gruesome murders in American history. Absolutely disgraceful move by all parties involved. I don't even know where the money's going. Is the money even going to proceeds going in anywhere? Is it lining people's pockets to say, hey, let's go. You got those new MLK LeBrons that show the place that he was killed, and to release it on MLK Day. This is just bad marks all around for everybody involved. Disgraceful, disgusting act. And I hope that they can figure out some sort of way to right this wrong.
I do hope they can figure out a way to
completely
right
agreed.
the wrong. I just don't agree with ascribing intent on LeBron James like he did this. I don't know that he did this.
Well, Joe,
And if I
regardless
find out
regardless of if you know that he did it or not, these NBA stars are not just NBA stars. These people with shoes, these people, whether you are a Kardashian and it's the Kardashian line and you're doing jeans, whether you're Beyonce and it's the Carters, the jeans that you wear, the whatever her pants are, whether you are now Vanessa Bryant showing up to Kobe, thinking about doing more of Kobe's shoes and things like that. When Nike's talking about doing releasing more Black Mamba shoes, they are conversing with Vanessa. You don't think she's in the room? You don't think she's giving input? When Nike is talking to LeBron about, hey, we've got this idea for this shoe, or maybe he's got this idea for this shoe. We all just watched I know you and I did, watched the 5-on-5, whatever, starting 5 show on Netflix when Jaylen Brown was doing his shoe. He was very, very, very much involved. Doing sketches.
That's Jaylen Brown's first shoe. This is LeBron James' 50th shoe. And even if he is in the room, I don't know he's being told the reason for this color is this is the color of the motel in Memphis. I don't think that he knows. I won't jump to the conclusion that he knows that's the Lorraine Hotel and it's got to do with his death.
So are we now just saying that so he's just a dumbass nigga that's just in there being like, oh, okay, I'm not going to ask you any questions about where that color came from or how that correlates with MLK.
I'm actually not saying anything that LeBron's stupid, LeBron smart, LeBron was in, or LeBron wasn't. I need to know LeBron was part of this decision before I can scold him or ascribe intent with that. And I don't have enough information to do so I won't play a part in that. He could be the maddest guy right now. He could be on the phone right now. He could be right now trying to right the wrong. He'd be right now trying to get the proceeds to where they're supposed to go. He could be doing that all right now. And I'm not going to, just because the news article and that guy had a very good video, just because I moved, I'm going to bash LeBron James. Not yet. Let me get confirmed.
James. I didn't even bash LeBron James in the since we've talked about it. I don't even think he bashed LeBron James in his video. All he said was all parties involved should be ashamed of themselves.
Okay, well, I don't think LeBron should be ashamed of himself if he didn't know that color was the same color as the motel, and that's what the shoe was about.
But why not ask the question then if you didn't know?
Ask why you chose blue or teal. That's
be a grown ass. How does LeBron? Why not ask how does this color correlate with MLK? How did you get this?
And maybe he asked that question and they tell him it's his favorite color. I'm not trying to play dumb. I'm just not going to.
Yeah, but I know you're trying. You're trying to shift. Chill. As much as I am pro black and love us, you're trying to shift the as if the people working at Nike. I'm not saying that they are or they aren't. The people working at Nike have this agenda, white agenda. Not all white people. I don't know how many white people you have crossed in your life, but not all white folks are bad. Not
didn't
all of
say
them are
that.
bad folks.
Earlier I said there's also the option that this is coincidental too. I am open to any possibility, including the one that LeBron James is a dumbass, but I'm waiting for the investigate. I'm waiting for time to pass. I'm waiting for a statement. I'm waiting for time. Like, time does need to pass to gather more intel. How does he react to this? Is this thing what Martin Luther King Day was on Monday? Today's Wednesday. I'm assuming the shoe dropped Monday, right? Or the announcement was Monday? I'm assuming. So like let
On
them out.
Monday.
Let's have some time pass before we get to that. This I'm not jumping the gun on anything. That's my position is I have yet to take a position on putting intent or blame or anything on anybody. And then I will also come on here and tell you Nike's full of shit if they give a full of shit statement. Just wait. She'll don't want to jump to conclusions. That's fair. However, somebody on LeBron James's team might have known this information and still went ahead with it. Sure, and I'll jump to that conclusion when it's investigated or when we get reason to believe so. Or if LeBron does nothing at all, then I'm going to say, LeBron, you didn't say anything. Oh, you want to cover for Nike? That's weak sauce. Like, I'm willing to shit on LeBron, just not right now.
Yeah, I don't know why you keep saying shitting on LeBron.
Because he would deserve to be shat on. He would deserve it.
Yeah, well, he's not. No one's shitting on him now, though. He needs to just. I think that I agree with the comment there about the team too. I mean, you also have a team. Whether or not you are in those meetings, things are getting slid to you. Somebody on your team wasn't smart enough to ask the question and say, "Hey, how does this color correlate with MLK? What do you blah 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 blah." But like I said, I agree with the video. I think it's. I think it's especially if you know the details of how Dr. King, with the bullet, how it was showing, you could see his spinal cord through where the bullet hit. People that were there say they don't even think he felt it. They don't even think he heard the bullet because obviously bullets travel faster than sound. Things like if you know the gruesome details of that. I don't know how you get, especially knowing the basketball culture. I coached AU basketball. Shoes are nothing more from game to game. They'll change shoes. You're getting these kids aren't buying that shoe based on knowing the facts of MLK's death and the gruesome details of his death. They're buying the shoes because they're LeBron's. He put his scoring title on there, or whatever scoring title he had on there, and they like the color. So if I'm LeBron, if I'm going to drop those on MLK Day, I'm going to come out and explain why we did that color. And yeah, sure, 48 hours, it's been that. Somebody from your team should have come out and said something then about whatever, with X, Y, and Z, this, and that, and then explain the importance of what that day meant, because most of the kids that are buying that stuff don't even know. All they can correlate with Dr. King is, I had a dream. They can't tell you anything else about him. I had a dream and he was shot.
And
so education is also key.
Yeah, where did I hear this from? Did you also hear that he was alive at the hospital and it was a pillow that suffocated him to death? Did you hear that one also?
I have heard that.
Right. And if that was the case, it'll never come out. Darius, you're speaking the truth. Just because someone is famous, they don't get automatic pass. And Pumali, if it sounds like I say famous people get passes, I don't believe that. My bad, that made it come out wrong. I meant that you were being fair, chill. On the other side of the argument, somebody on LeBron's team might have known. As quick as LeBron can get a foul in his favor, he can say, we ain't doing that. He can say that. I agree. I'm not gonna lie, this is disrespectful on a spiritual level to MLK's family, those he has helped and fought for, and the murder itself.
Right. And I'm just thinking about these kids that are going to be getting the shoe. They're not thinking about MLK. Yeah, these are the MLKs, but that's all that's the only thought process. They're not. There was no thought put into honoring MLK other than, hey, we're splattering the motel color where he was shot on there, and we're dropping them on MLK Day.
If there's a follow-up to the story, we'll cover it and see what LeBron James's side has to say about it. Will it be a squeaky clean statement? Will it be him on the mic at a press conference or some scrimmage? How's he going to talk about this one? If he talks about this one.
He may not at all.
We go from LeBron James to Keenan and Kel. Keenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell are teaming up for a horror comedy film titled Keenan and Kel Meet Frankenstein. Dog, this already sounds cheesy, but okay.
Very.
Per the official logline, the story follows two delivery drivers whose routine drop-off takes a terrifying turn when they arrive at a creepy, out-of-place castle and accidentally awaken Frankenstein's monster, turning an ordinary night into a fight for survival. I'm not the target audience for this, but they're not playing men out of jail. They're not playing, I would assume, fatherless characters. They're not going to further stereotypes. And it just happens to be a horror comedy. Why not, man? If that's what you're good at, Keenan, if that's what the Saturday Night Live, 20 years worth of being on the cast can get you, I hope for the best case scenario. He's doing more than I'm doing.
I like Keenan. I like Kel. It's one of my favorite shows on Nickelodeon. I did not watch Good Burger 2. I don't think I'll watch this one. I do like them both. I met Keenan. Keenan came here. I forget. He was related to somebody that went to our church. And I will never forget this memory. And this is the only thing I remember from his entire visit. I remember we all ran outside as soon as his limo pulled up. And he got out with his real family. Used to seeing him with his TV family. Got out with his real family, and I remember everybody was jumping around him. I wasn't jumping. I was on him. I had his arm. I remember I had his arm, but all of us kids had it like some part of
Why are you trying to be the cool guy? I wasn't on him. I just had his arm.
And like one of the girls next to me, the entire time from the walk to the limo to the front door, she was like, "Where's Kel? Where's Kel? Where's Kel? Where's Kel?" And I just remember him saying, "Man, I don't know where Kel is." That was the only memory I remember from his visit. But that's about as much as close as we're gonna get, because I don't think I'll be watching this one.
Is Kel family with him? No, that's a stupid question. Where's Kel?
Well, Keenan and Kel, they were Keenan and Kel.
Still, when Alfonso Ribeiro is everywhere, where's Will?
Yeah, but at that time, I think Keenan and Kel was still. I think they were still recording episodes.
Damn. When you're a tandem.
I didn't ask, but I also wondered where Kel was. I wanted to see Kel too.
I bet the Harry Potter actors get that too. You see only one of them, they're like, okay, where's Rupert? Where's Daniel? Where's Emma? You only see one of them. They're supposed to be all together. Damn. It's a throwback to Sunday morning movies. Sure. It sounds like the budget is going to be $4 million. Yeah, a Frankenstein monster. That's probably not going to be very much VFX. That's going to be just a guy in a suit and painted.
I wonder if they're going to do it more adult. With Keenan being on SNL and he cusses and stuff on there, are they going to?
They might try to find the medium. Keaton and Kel. Yeah. Let's jump over to DC land. Ready?
Yeah.
The Batman Brave and the Bold
Harley
has
started cussing.
Yeah, she did. You know what her favorite word is?
Who?
What's Miranda Cosgrove's favorite swear word?
I feel like it's like MFer.
Chat, he let us down. There's a very popular TikTok of her saying it's probably fuck.
Oh, I've seen that video, but that definitely didn't come to mind.
Christina Hodson, The Flash and the Birds of Prey and Bumblebee, is reportedly set to write the script for Batman the Brave and the Bold. This is coming from the Insider. Birds of Prey's writer. Flash writer.
Not just that, it doesn't stop there. The unreleasable, claimed to be unreleasable Batgirl writer or film that didn't get released. She wrote that.
That's
When
sad.
you look at these stories and you're looking at what's going on and you're seeing that, the Batman 2 got Scarlett Johansson. They got Sebastian. He's playing Harvey Dent. They've got all this other stuff going on over there. And then you got over here where, they've confirmed Damian is still going to be the Robin in the film, which is great, I guess. I don't know where that puts Bruce at an age compared to Kal-El at that time. And anyway, and then you hear that one of the villains in here is a character named who? Normandy or Nova or something. I don't know. A character I've never fucking heard of. It's one of the main villains in the film. And it's like, James, what are you doing? This might not be the exciting Batman film I thought this was going to be.
Well, Andy Muschietti is still directing, but his ultimate involvement depends on factors. Depends on factors including timing and availability. What does that mean? What
is what that means. Welcome to Derry is what that means. And if I'm Muschietti, I don't want to do this anymore. We just had a very successful season. We're now talking about doing a super cut. We're doing season 2 and season 3 is possibly on the table. I'm not this. No.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
James Gunn said that The Flash was one of the best superhero films he has ever seen. Let's keep that in mind as she writes Brave and the Bold.
I liked The Flash. I didn't like Birds of Prey. And Bumblebee, I thought I didn't have a high opinion on it. So based off that, I didn't even like Flash that much. I thought it was a good movie for sure. Not 10 out of 10.
I did not.
You didn't like it, eh? No, you liked the beginning.
It was such
a great beginning.
I was like, my gosh, this is. I don't know. I thought it was really bad. I thought the CGI was really bad. I thought at
the end,
multiversal scene was it was just no, not just at the end. Even the hospital scene, saving those babies, that was awful.
With the microwave,
the guy that did the CG, I don't know if it's a director, whoever he is, he was involved with Pirates of the Caribbean and involved with Davy Jones and how he looked. And he was saying, and I watch Pirates of the Caribbean quite often because I love it. So especially at World's End. Well, Dead Man's Chest is great too, but at World's End, Dead Man's Chest, where Davy Jones shows up, that CGI still today is some of the best. He looks real. Absolutely real. And that movie came out in what? 06? 07? 06, I think, because At World's End came out in 08. And then you look at the CGI that they just did on The Flash with him saving those babies and stuff. That baby looked like The Sims.
Fine. I respect your opinion. The writing on The Flash, maybe it's because I like The Flash himself, but the writing on The Flash is like, there's nothing that comes to mind right now where I can say, oh, great writing, that was good. It was more so getting to see Batman being played by your boy. It was more so seeing the superpower of being fast. It was more so, a superhero movie, this is great. Like seeing Wonder Woman unite with Batman and Flash. Oh, the ending, that last scene where he talks to the George Clooney version of Batman and he says his name out loud, really, like that was writing, and I felt that was a cool little. It led nowhere, but it was a cool little writing thing. What can I give her points for? Because Barry's mom dying, that's not like she didn't write that. That's from a comic. She adapted that. So yeah, I can't really give her points. Yeah. I'm not thrilled, man. Andy Muschietti is the guy who's gonna make the movie or break the movie for me.
I hope Muschietti says no. But Also, I also don't want Muschietti to do a superhero film. Like another one. I know it's like, oh, second chances, things like that, blah blah blah. Yeah, and I know he's no Taika Waititi. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, no, you've got some really good successful shit going on over in Derry right now. Don't come back to Gotham or the DC universe.
His screen time says that the filmmaker now finds himself a hot commodity thanks to the muscular success of Welcome to Derry, HBO's It series. He looks like an Andy Muschietti. Does this man look like an Andy Muschietti to you? That's a face of an Andy Muschietti. It's both Andy and Muschietti. That is you. Respect to your face, Andy Muschietti.
He looks like the what the weasel from Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Buck. Buck. That's what he looks like.
That's hilarious. I'm clipping this. Anyone thing you want to say that's gonna make the clip? We're just having fun, Andy. We're just having fun. We love you. There. We're safe now. We can clip this with no guilt. Let me read some of your supers, actually. Super That.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it.
Flash was laugh out loud garbage. Now I'm scared. Damn, it was garbage? Was it garbage? Or are you saying it just wasn't good?
No, it was garbage. Birds of Prey was too. You know, as much, again, I respect your opinion too, but as much as you brought up that scene with Wonder Woman and Batman, that shit was cringy. So cringy. It didn't even seem like organic. It just felt like, so we're all on the same bridge.
Well, that's because Gal Gadot was
there. Good job, guys. No, it was bad.
Barry, no. Does everyone agree with Two Fly and Darius that it's garbage? Is there one person in chat who can at least just say it wasn't garbage? It was mid. Is anyone in there gonna stick up for the Flash movie? Please.
I don't even think the Flash movie stuck up for the Flash movie. Did people? What did that movie do box office wise? Did people go see the Flash?
I thought it did 300 million. Let's see. The Flash 2023, 271 million. I remember Ezra couldn't promote the movie. They wouldn't interview him. He didn't do any of the talk shows. This man was just...
Well, there was a laundry list of reasons as to why.
But it really shows you how important the lead actor showing up and promoting is to your movies. Same with Brie Larson not appearing for the Marvels. There was a writers and actors strike, and so she couldn't do any promotion. So, and then we saw how that performed. It also did 200 million. So, like, I'm just saying, like, side note, no matter what you thought of the movie, no matter what, it was a poor opening weekend. It was poor because we didn't promote the movie well enough, and that's probably because Ezra Miller was Ezra Miller.
Man, that's not true. And the reason that's not true is because they couldn't lean on Miller for the marketing. They leaned on Keaton. Keaton was the marketing tool during The Flash. And that still didn't get people out there.
He wasn't the lead actor.
But he didn't have to be. He didn't have to be the lead actor.
Check out this movie, everyone.
Whoa. Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman. And why do you think they leaned on that? Why do you think that they leaned so? Because they probably want that to be a surprise thing. But why do you think they leaned on that? Because it's like, oh, fuck, we've got Michael Keaton coming back as Batman. DC fans are going to go crazy. But they didn't.
No, they didn't.
Did you go crazy for it? Online, yeah. I thought the Keaton stuff was dope. When he came in as Batman, the Keaton stuff was dope. When he had the suit on. When he came in, did all the CGI stuff of him as a Batman with the suit on, stuff that you didn't get to see him really do as his time in Keaton or as his time as Batman.
So
Yeah,
as his
I
time
loved
as
it.
Keaton.
Yeah,
But he was
I
playing us.
loved it.
I mean to say, like, even no matter how hard you're trying to promote, hey, I'm in this movie. It's not the Batman movie. If it was the Batman movie, that'd probably hit differently. There's an understanding by the viewers or who you're promoting to that, okay, sure, you're in the movie, but what, 10 minutes, 30 minutes? You're not the lead. You're not the one carrying the water.
I still disagree with that because Multiverse of Madness, people knew that Patrick Stewart and Krasinski and others were coming back because they showed it in the trailer. I can give you another. Steve Rogers that's about to come back now.
Oh, Avengers movie.
The fans,
But it's not like it's called The Flash or
yeah.
the
I think
Iron
you're.
Man. No, I'm not.
Yeah, but you said
what I'm doing is
you
I'm
said
giving
you said
appropriate.
Avengers.
I'm
You said
giving the
Avengers
appropriate-
movie like I don't think like Keaton's era of Batman. I think you're kind of overlooking his era as Batman.
I'm not
what that really
equating
meant.
Michael Keaton showing up in The Flash as Batman in a movie called The Flash. I'm not equating that with Chris Evans as Captain America appearing in The Avengers. If the movie is called Captain America and it has Chris Evans in it, that's way different and way more important than The Avengers.
Multiverse of Mad. There's other Marvel films that we could use as examples, but let's start with Multiverse of Madness. Dissect that with this.
I got you. That movie was a movie where Doctor Strange in the prior one already made $600 million. I understand that promoting other characters in the movies contributes to the box office. I know there are people who got extra excited, or even the reason they paid was because Professor X was in the trailer. It increased, it did work, a percentage of it. And I mean, maybe 5% more money was made because of the Professor X thing, because that's a supporting character, and the movie was called Doctor Strange, and the trailer did show majority Doctor Strange. So yes, promoting other characters could be that extra bump up to increase a little bit. Increase, yes, I'm with you there, but we're just not scaling. We're just not agreeing on the amount of which the increase is.
Okay. So in a Flash movie, since you're saying it's an Avengers movie and Chris Evans is supposed to be there, this Flash movie is not just any Flash movie, though. This is the Flashpoint. And everybody knows that the Flashpoint involves who? Batman.
Casuals don't know that, but yeah.
Stop it. The Flashpoint is not like a thing that's like gate kept by comic book readers. If you are a Flash fan, most likely you know what the Flashpoint is. It's one of his biggest stories, regardless if you read comics or not. That's undeniable. It's not one of his biggest stories. It is his biggest story.
How many Flash fans are supposed to show up for the Flash movie? What number is it? And what are you basing this opinion on?
I don't know, Chill. I'm coming back to your point of saying like Michael Keaton couldn't be the thing that's driving people because he was just a cameo. Michael Keaton's Batman plays an integral role to the story of the Flashpoint, which Flash fans, regardless of reading a comic book or not, know because it's his biggest story to his name.
Which means that the movie should have made 500 million, 700 million. Like what is it supposed to have done?
Better than $271 million.
But what is it supposed to have done?
I don't know what it was supposed to have done, but better than $271 million.
Get back to me when you know what it was supposed to have done, and then we can agree or disagree on why we think a Flash
I don't need to put a number on it. I don't need to put a number on it. I said better than $271 million. What we typically expect for a comic book movie to make. When everyone was super excited when they showed that very first trailer, with the little sizzle reel, or the other Batman or the other movies that they had coming out for Warner Brothers, people went shit crazy when they saw the Flash one, and simultaneously when they saw the Batman one too.
So let's compare it to
that level.
What superhero movies are supposed to be making. So this will take a long time, but then I'd have to look at all the DC movies and what they made, because I would compare it only to DC movies, unless you want to say we should compare it to Marvel movies also. What would you say? To know how badly it performed. Do you want to do this? I don't.
Oh no, I never wanted to get into the comparing it in numbers and things like that. Anyway, I'm focused on you saying Michael Keaton is not the driving point of trying to get asses in the seats when that's not correct.
How many you think that there are more Flash fans than that exist that actually are out there? Like you make it seem like it's a Flash movie. Flash fans and Flashpoint. It's like just like Civil War, just like
I use that. No. I use that as an example because you used Steve Rogers in Avengers as an example and saying, well, if Steve Rogers is in that film, of course it's going to die, like whatever you said. So yeah, I use that as an example. But my first point, my overall point that even got us in this conversation,
it was your example.
But then
your
you
example.
piggybacked off of it, chill. You piggybacked off of what I said, and then you came with another example using Steve Rogers. Don't play stupid. You know what you said?
You did the Steve Rogers Avengers example.
Yes, I said Steve Rogers first. Then after I said it, you used him in another example. Did you not? Okay, I don't know why you.
I was shooting down. I was telling why your example isn't the same as the example of Batman and Flash.
But you still used him, correct? But you used him, correct?
No, I countered
in an example.
No, I didn't use him in the example. I told you why your example was wrong.
Okay. I don't want to go back and forth with you on what an example is, because regardless of what you say or not, you countering that is an example. You're countering my example with another example. Okay, so after you said what you said about Steve Rogers, I said what I said about the Flashpoint. But my overall point that even got us into this conversation was that Michael Keaton's Batman is arguably the greatest Batman that has ever stepped on screen. People love him. The people love him as Batman. So that is why WB leaned on that for the promotion for the film.
Right.
And I believe even if Ezra Miller would not have gotten in trouble, they still would have leaned on Keaton.
I agree.
Because then it goes to what you just said last, because I think that Flash has all these fans. No. Why would they lean on Keaton? Because Flash doesn't have all those fans like that.
Doesn't? Did you say?
Doesn't? Yes, doesn't. He doesn't have a massive, huge. That's why they leaned on Keaton. That's what I've been saying from the very top. The very top.
Sure. We got Heyo Stevio, member for 31 months. Appreciate you so much. We have another super chat that just came in.
I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mind I ain't forget.
Batman Part 2 will make Brave and Bold its bit. Oh, whoa. Those are some big words there. So what? Batman Part 1 made 700 million, right?
I agree with that.
Batman Part 2 will make Brave. That's interesting, man. And Batman Part 2 will come after Avengers Doomsday, after Spider-Man. So at least, the superhero people are a little bit more happy. It'll come after Man of Tomorrow, which we expect to be a good movie. I think general enthusiasm will be for Batman Part 2. I don't know what movies are going to be surrounding it. Will it have a good, no competition during its time in the box office? But you're not talking box office. You maybe just be talking about quality, right? Why not? Scarlett Johansson's a great actress. Yeah. Brave and Bold. Based off the information I know now, yeah, probably.
And it's not even just that. I sent it. Hold on, let me find it. It's not even just that. Here it is. It's
that
this
much
character
better?
too. We don't know. Just do you know? And I'm asking DC fans. Maybe other people know. I don't know. Does anybody know who Maxima is? Alien warrior Queen Maxima. She's one of the primary villains in Man of Tomorrow. And I'm only bringing this up because Man of Tomorrow comes out before Brave and the Bold.
Queen Maxima of the Netherlands?
Oh, no. See, that's a real person. Queen Maxima DC is an alien warrior.
Yeah, what a terrible time to have an actual person called Queen Maxima. Her.
One
Where
of the primary villains, I guess, with Brainiac.
first appeared in 1989, created by Roger Stern and George Perez. Didn't George Perez die like last year? Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Tina says she's in love with Superman. Yeah, that's fine. But now you're doing that with the James Gunn sense of humor. Assuming Man of Tomorrow is good. Let's say it's not good. Let's assume it's not good first. You're now leaving a bad, even worse taste because Clayface comes out before. I don't know if Clayface is going to be good or not. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm going to continue to say I don't understand why we keep going to these characters that no one's ever fucking heard of. Not to say that Clayface is someone we've never heard of. I've never heard of Queen Maxima. I don't know who that is. Not to say that I'm everyone, but I don't know who that is, and you're making that a secondary villain. We've still yet to talk about Barry. We've still yet to talk about Diana. We've still yet to talk about Jean. We're finally talking about Bruce, but with the shit we're hearing ain't good. We haven't talked about anybody in the league, but yet we're talking about some Queen Maximas. We're talking about Sergeant Rocks. We're talking about Clayfaces. We're talking about Jimmy Olsen with Gorilla Grodd. We're talking about characters like Mr. Miracle. Not that I don't like Mr. Miracle. I do. It's an animated show that no one's going to watch. Did you watch Creature Commandos?
I skipped it.
Okay. I don't even remember people really talking about Creature Commandos other than the 2 seconds Batman showed up in a window.
Right. That is the only part I remember too. And when I watched Peacemaker, I never felt like I needed to watch Creature Commandos.
Right. So all of that is leading me to ask, how excited are you since Superman, the Superman movie, for the future of the DCU? Because he's done little to get me excited for the DCU. Now, you remember my review, and my review stays the same. I loved the Superman movie, and I still love Superman movie. I thought it was really good. But that hype, where I was like, I came out of the theater, was like, oh man, the DCU is struggling. They got this. You've announced bullshit since then. And the stuff we're hearing about Brave New World, Lord, Brave and the Bold, doesn't sound good either. And again, I'm going to say this every time we talk about DC, because what are we doing when we talk about DC? When you hear DC, you think heavy hitters. You're thinking the big guns. You're thinking the big guys. I'm not thinking Guardian. I'm not thinking about these people. I'm not, and these are people that James Gunn is thinking about. So it's questionable. I'm like, what are you doing? So worried. I'm worried.
Mr. Miracle. Well, maybe the Clayface movie will have something great that leads to Batman Brave and the Bold. So thank you for your money, Juan Simoto. Thank you, but I'm not gonna count James Gunn out. Okay. But yeah, the Batman Part 2 should be good, especially if they keep the song. Dun 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 dun. You do that again in the trailers, you got us. Keaton promoted The Flash as your dad's Batman. Let me skip all this Michael Keaton stuff and jump to the current comments. Actually, there was one more super in here. What's up? Yeah, I'm getting money. I love how Keaton Batman.
Morning. Go ahead.
I love how Keaton Batman wanted to end his life. Not. That was in the movie, wasn't it? Yeah, that was some bad writing. Cool. I don't need her writing my Batman Brave and the Bold. We need some new writing in here.
The stunts were cool.
Batman in the kitchen with the hair. Yeah. And then he said a line in the movie. What did he say? It was the same thing he said in the old movie. Oh, what was it? Let's get nuts. What did he say? I forget. Either way, she didn't write that. It was just a callback. I'm excited for Batman Part 2, and that ain't James, LOL. Penguin Season 2 also.
Right, that ain't James.
He said he wants to work with Matt Reeves. I appreciate that. I hope you do. I hope you work with Matt Reeves and his high voice. Need another black superhero. Sure. I wouldn't say no to that. James is being James. I think he's scared of the pressure of main characters. Is he scared of money also? This Clayface movie, I hear, has a small budget, as it should. But it's a superhero movie, so maybe all the superhero fans are going to be interested in it, and they still show up for it. Like, if this thing Clayface makes 400 million, let's say, when your budget is 30 million, that's a phenomenal number. So maybe he's doing the small Clayface movie for that huge return, maybe.
Maybe.
Never pay for Soulja Boy concert tickets, y'all, like ever. I guess he performs poorly. Okay, good to know. Noted. You got that?
Oh, I would never have gone to a Soulja concert. I'm very particular about concerts. If I pay to see you live, I gotta really like you.
So Janet Jackson.
Soulja had hits. No, I wouldn't pay to see Janet live.
Ouch.
I like Janet, but I wouldn't pay to see Janet live.
So like there's 5 people you'd pay to see live? Like how big is the list of people you'd pay to see live? You take what you can get. You're a Norman.
You act like people don't come to the city. I'd see Beyonce live. I'd see Drake live.
Drake.
I'd see Drake live. I'd go see Adele live. Man, it gets small.
It was all you. None of it me. You took it toll on my body. You told me. You want to hear that one? You're gonna say,
but really, I want to see people that are going to perform. I want to see people that are going to perform.
Ariana Grande, she performs. Mariah used to perform.
Yeah. And y'all keep saying this stuff about Norman as if Norman is like tiny. Norman is not tiny. You do realize that Norman houses one of the top, I don't know shit about football, whatever OU is. Not only that, the Thunder are here all the time. The city is literally 12 minutes up the street.
So we can include you in the greater OKC area when we say Norman?
Think Dallas. Think Plano to Dallas. Think Louisville to Dallas. Think
Fort Worth.
Flower Mound to Dallas. No, not Fort Worth. That's a little further. All these suburbs of Dallas, that's what Norman is to the city. That's what Moore is. That's what all the surrounding towns, Deer Creek, Midwest City, Del City, Oklahoma City. We're all suburbs.
Oklahoma City's population is 700,000. That's a pretty decent city. And then you guys are saying like, we attach right underneath there. Look at you little Norman attachers. Don't forget us. No. We're Norman.
No.
Do you guys have like a city song?
No, why would we have a city song?
I don't know, because you're so small, everyone would know the words.
Canada, do you have a city song? Where are you from? Stratford, do you have a city song? Is one of y'all city songs one of Justin's songs?
That's where Justin Bieber's from. No, we don't count Justin. Stratford's a little bit too far away. He can claim Ontario, but he can't claim Toronto.
Yeah, no, we don't have a
song. Hold on. If your city doesn't have a Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's, you haven't made it. Does it?
We have 3 Raising Cane's and 3 Chick-fil-A's. We have an all-you-can-eat Chick-fil-A.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
that backfired on you. Yeah. Sure glad I didn't say that.
We got an all-you-can-eat Chick-fil-A for $16. You can go eat all the chicken you want.
I'm expecting the apology right next. I am too, Flycam. He said there's 3. If he had 1, you
3.
could say you got lucky. That must be new. He said 3. All you can eat.
And the one on campus stays open till 3 a.m. Boom.
Yeah, we're more than just a football team here. We house Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, no. Norman is a small. Well, it's not small. It's gotten a lot bigger. It used to be small, but it's gotten a lot bigger.
It's a bustling municipality.
Yeah, I prefer if I was to move out of Norman, which I did, and I hated because I was forced to have to move to the city. I've always said if I was to move out of Norman, it's out of Oklahoma because there's nowhere else in Oklahoma that I would rather live than in Norman. We barely have shit happening as far as like crime and shit like that. You just don't have a lot of. It's quiet. And I like it.
Hey, maybe you'll get a G League team. Or is that the Tulsa Thunder?
You talking about the Thunder?
Yeah, where's
the
their
Thunder
G League
have a G League team. They don't play in Tulsa. They play in the city. They're the Thunder Blue. They play in the city. They practice at the same facility the Thunder practice.
Good for them. Yeah. Maybe you'll get an NHL team, baseball, NFL.
We have an NHL team.
You actually
not good,
don't.
But they have an NHL team.
If they have a hockey team, it's not the NHL.
Well, I don't know what they are, but they have a hockey team. They're talking about.
He said, "Oh, he's including all of OKC. That's convenient." LOL. You said Norman, right? Norman.
Yeah, no, Norman.
Yeah.
Why would I drive to this? First of all, I hate driving to the city. It is a pet peeve of mine. I had to drive to the city yesterday, and I knew because when we finished our stream, I was like, "Damn, look what time it is. This is about to." I didn't get home last night till 10:30. I hate driving to the city, so no, I would definitely not drive to the city for food. Not a fast food restaurant that's up the street. The city sucks. Ricardo lives in the city if he's in chat. That traffic is stupid.
You met Ricardo in real life, or is he just someone you know from the internet?
I just know he lives in the city.
Oh.
He knows Q in real life.
Oh, cool. Darius, have you seen a tornado there? I'd be scared to stay in Oklahoma.
Yes, I chased them. I got videos of me chasing the motherfuckers. Yes. Shit's fun though. I don't get storm chaser close, but I do get close like, crikey, there she is. And it's fun though. At a distance.
Turn on your storm voice. Heed my command, winds of easterly. You better do something next time. Next one, we better get a storm video. Aurora Monroe. There was one more thing. Go ahead.
Y'all, the memes and rumors are true. We do sit on our porches when they come. You know, they be like, "Oh, get to a safe place." Now, I don't know how true this is, but all my life I've lived in Norman, so I can attest to this. We personally have never had one, and they say it's because Norman is protected by this Indian Thunderbird Lake is here, and the Indian burial grounds and all this kind of stuff. So Norman is protected by the Indian burial grounds because literally Moore, which is from my house, Moore is probably like 10 minutes from here. Moore gets fucked up. And it literally turns around or will hit the Norman line and go the opposite direction. It never comes through Norman. We don't get hit ever. We've never been hit. Like the outskirts of Norman, like out by Thunderbird Lake, might get hit. And ain't nobody out there. But our city, no, we never get hit. Moore gets fucked. It's sad. Obama came to that one that hit more. It was big for us. President.
Did he drink the water? Did he drink the water like he did in Flint?
I don't know. I just remember him walk. I remember him. I didn't see him, but I remember the news seeing him walking through all the. That one was terrible. That one was bad, man. I think that was an F5 that came through more.
Bro,
Kid
come.
that got those kids at elementary. Sad.
If anything ever went sideways and Darius got too close to the tornado, I'm sure Superman would save him. He's got a history of doing things like that. The Hollywood Reporter confirms that the Robin in Brave and the Bold will be Damian Wayne. Robin in this version is Damian Wayne, the murderous tween raised by assassin, who also happens to be the son of Batman never knew he had. The son Batman never knew he had. Okay.
How old's Bruce going to be?
That's the question, right? That's all I gotta ask. How old will Bruce Wayne be? How old will the son be? You don't risk it.
Skin artist.
Yeah, you cast someone who is as old as possible for the kid, maybe 15 years old, and you can even lie and say he's 13 in the movie. But the older they are, the more better they'll be, the more likely you get to keep the actor in later movies. And then the younger they are, let's say they get a cute 10-year-old, fine, you use him here. You can recast by the next time you see Batman with a new actor who's older now, and then you have more options with actors who are older. It's just worrisome.
So
it's just, I wouldn't have done Damian Wayne. I would have used an actual Robin like Jason Todd or Tim Drake.
He's in his 40s. His late 30s, early 40s, around 38, 41, when Damon, not when Damon's conceived, but when Damon is Robin.
Okay. That's comic accurate. Because that's what Brandon Sklenar is, right? He's 30 something.
Brandon Sklenard is...
He's our Batman. And mind you, they'll be filming this in 2-3 years, so
35.
He'll be older than what? Then he'll be 37. That would be...
So, who would you cast as Damon?
I don't know who the popular 10-year-olds are right now, so I can't tell you that.
At the time, I used to say that kid from Euphoria, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it'll
like
be
a
an
twin,
unknown.
I think.
Oh, he was a twin? Cool. He doesn't have to remember as many lines. His twin can remember the other lines. Or his twin can do the stunt work and he can do the acting work.
Yeah.
He won't get hurt like Tom Holland.
Oh, no, he's 19 now. No, he definitely can't be no Damon.
19's too old. Well, there may not be like a mascot or like a rocket or some cute animal. They'll just use the kid. That's going to be his baby Groot, the kid. No Crypto, the super dog, the kid. Damien doesn't give me cute, though.
Hey.
He gives me mischievous and he gives me difficult, not cute, messy.
He gives me, what's that book? What's that book? No, David. Stop, David. What was that book?
Dennis the Menace?
No. Stop, David. No, David.
Maybe someone in chat will help us.
It's called No David. It's called No David. Yeah, David. David was a little badass little boy. It was a series of books. Terrorizing shit. David needed his ass whooped in the books.
No, David.
That's
no.
who Damon reminds me of. Yeah, No David. No, that's who Damon reminds me of.
Okay. Super.
Spend a lot of money on my brand new guitar. Baby's got a habit, diamond rings, and Fendi sports bra.
I feel like Woody walked so Grinch could run. Damian Wayne needs to be part Arabic. He's a ghoul. We were just doing the Miles Morales Puerto Rican thing on the last Pantheon.
They're not going to do that. They're not going to stick to that.
Because the actor might say Free Palestine.
Caleb him.
Wait, what did I say? What did you say while I was talking?
I fear they're going to make Caleb him.
You talking about Miles? Yeah, sure. But yeah, but the Damian Wayne, if they get an Arab, they're going to be like, okay, can we get a Christian Arab at least? Like, it's going to be sticky because why would they promote somebody? Why would they make another Mark Ruffalo? You know, like, keep your political opinions to yourself. Even though you've been on TikTok your whole childhood and over the last 3 years you've been seeing what's been happening in Gaza, it's going to be tricky to cast somebody who legitimately is from the Arab Peninsula or has family from there. But it would be accurate because Talia Al Ghul and Raj Al Ghul should be descendants from there. And then you get Batman's side. So you get a half Caucasian and half Arab. Thank you for your contribution. I'm too fly. Not gonna happen. I'm too fly. I only know Dennis the Menace. Yeah, I never heard of No David No either, but it sounds like it's the same thing.
It was a book. It wasn't a TV show. It was like, I remember them reading it to us in elementary.
Quasimodo says, "Don't get me started on Miles. People love to forget he's not 100% black." Well, it depends how you define the word black. If the Puerto Rican side of his family is people who are descendant from the continent, they just have like a different language and some cultural differences that they picked up in the last 300-400 years.
They,
like I said, it
don't
depends
consider themselves black.
Yeah, and I ascribe to what Dr. Umar said about, what did he say exactly? He said like, "Oh, if you guys don't think you're black, fine, you're not black, fine, you're not. Like, you are, but if you don't count, fine, you're out of this. You're out of the club, basically." I can see that agreement too. But if we're just talking ethnics and genetics and stuff, ethnicity and genetics, then like it's really just a matter of the same thing. It just, you act differently through cultural influences. You are of West African descent. You can be 100% black and be 100% Puerto Rican.
Can you really say that though? Like, okay, let's say the people that are Dominican, if they're African, from African descent, how far back are we going here? Because if all I've known is my Dominican culture, I'm not tracing back to 3, 4, 6 generations back to where we were from, Africa or whatever. I know my Dominican culture. I know that's what I am. I identify as Dominican. So why would they identify as black? What connection do they have to being black? And not just the black culture, but just being black. What connection do you?
Well,
do you what?
No, I was gonna say cultural, but you said not just culture. So you were gonna continue on and
culture.
I was gonna say that, but you're saying not just culture. That was my short answer. That's the connection you have.
Why do you say culture?
Because
why do you say culture if their culture is Dominican?
No, the reason I said culture wasn't to say, like, I recognize that the Dominican culture is different. I do. I'm with you there.
I don't know. I just find it weird that why they would even try to connect with people that they've never known.
Umar's a clown. He's not even a doctor. Fine, but if he said red and yellow make orange, am I gonna say he's a clown? What is he talking about? Like, he can be right also. But yeah, pretend I didn't say Dr. Umar said that. But just, I understand the cultural differences and how influential that could be on your identity, and how you can say, well, my Puerto Rican culture, it's so overly representative of who I am that I lose the connection to the African continent. And I would say culturally, you're right. Right. But that's culture. If your parents are from people who were born from Africa, you are an African person, except the births were happening on a different side of the world. So ethnically, I'm just saying it's the same thing, which it is.
Either way, Miles does not need to be full black. He needs to.
You mean to say FBA?
He needs to be. He needs to have his Dominican culture in there as well. And getting Caleb, who I fear they're going to get, I ain't going to do it.
Zoe Saldana be flipping between black and Dominican when it's beneficial. I'm tired of people talking about the race of the characters of the people in movies. I grew up in the 80s when we had black stars like Eddie Murphy and Danny Glover, and there was no problem. Who's Brogo 7? Like Brogu 7? Sure. I'd love to be in that scenario where there's all these big popping movies with black leads in them. I'd love that world. I wish it was the 80s.
Okay. Yeah, but even well, let's rewind to the 80s really quickly here, and let's use Danny or Eddie, and let's say that they were making a Mr. Fantastic film, and they wanted to make Eddie Murphy Mr. Fantastic or Danny Mr. Fantastic. How do you think that would have went over in the 80s? Danny and Eddie were playing roles that Eddie created for himself a lot of the time. Whether that had been Harlem Nights, which wasn't 80s, but the Harlem Nights. Yeah, Harlem Nights was 80s, wasn't it? Whether it's like Harlem Nights, whether it's Life, whether that was Nutty Professor, whether that more modern Norbit, Beverly Hills Cops, or whatever it was. There was a lot of things. Eddie wasn't playing like race swapped roles. He was playing roles that were built for him and catered to him. Now, again, if they would have done a film that was about a white guy in history or not just in history or in fiction that was known to be white, and they've got Danny or Eddie to play them, I think that would have caused quite the stir.
Julia Roberts as Harriet Tubman type stir.
Yeah. I think that would have caused quite the stir. That was the 80s too, and not too far removed from the 60s, the civil rights era. And it's not, racism even today is still alive and well. So it was in the 80s, just as alive and well. Folks would have rioted if you would have put one of them niggas in a white person's spot.
Now, Static, he needs to be fully black. I kind of agree with this, except the word black. There's black people right now. If both your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents for the last 400 years are only African descendant, is that what you consider fully black? Because like, what if somewhere down the line a great grandfather had somebody mixed? Like you said, fully, and it's my problem, I guess, is with the word black and how not definitive enough it is.
When we say that, I think you think kind of distinctively and know what you should, I think, know what we're saying when we say black. Like, yeah, I'm not like I've got German in me as well as Native American. I'm not full black like that, but my black outweighs those other things. So when I walk out into society, the police aren't saying, "Oh, sorry, sir, German in you. Carrying on your way, sir." No, they're looking at me as a black man. So that's how I'm viewed, and that's how the world views me. So yeah, all that stuff is cool. The little 23andMe stuff, but that's not how I'm viewed.
Hey, if you look like the character of Virgil Hawkins, play Virgil Hawkins. Perp says Miles is from New York. He needs to just sound like he's from New York. Yeah, there's another one. Sound like you're from New York. That's a fair qualifier for the character. Caleb will not be Miles. Just go to South Bronx or Brooklyn. You'll find plenty of kids who can play Miles. Yeah, but how many of them are actors? So, you don't just take you don't do what they did with Sinners and you go Miles Canton, you find a great singer and you say, you know what, you could fit. No, find an actor, find a guy who's like, in drama class and has the extracurricular activities and he's all into acting. Find him some teenager like that and let's plug him in to be Miles. Who is Puerto Rican? Chill when you going to watch 28 Years Later, Bone Temple. Nea DaCosta did her big one with that one. Okay, I hear you.
That's not your type of thing, is it?
Yeah,
You're
but
not a
Naya
28
DaCosta is my
years
type.
later.
It's not my type of thing, but I'll see it for Naya DaCosta.
You're gonna torture yourself for Nia?
Nia DaCosta? Yeah, I said Naya. My bad, Nia. I'll support the movie for you. I mean, I'm hearing it's good. I'm hearing it's worth the money. Why not, man?
Hey, Jill, that I like that. You know what? That's a big one for you because, by my understanding, you don't like scary shit.
I don't like it. No, not my cup of tea. I'm here for the action movies. I'm here for Spider-Man. Which, by the way, is the next story we're almost done to stream today. Cinemas have started to use fan-made Spider-Man brand new day trailers.
Sorry, I want to address this because you got me. Remember, Will Smith played Adam West in the movie Wild Wild West. That was an old 80s TV show featuring white men. There was some pushback, but people don't raise hell like they do today. You got me there. That is true. He did play Adam West in Wild Wild West.
Until today, I didn't know Adam West for Wild Wild West was a white guy first.
And that was a successful-ish film. I remember the song was definitely successful. I remember the song. And that's the Men in Black. We're coming to
We're
the
going
Wild, Wild
straight
West.
to the Wild Wild West. That one.
Yeah. Yep, you got me there. That's true.
Yep. Here's the poster that they're using at some cinemas. There's no sound, I guess. Do you hear a sound?
No, but this was done with No Way Home. Theaters did this with No Way Home as well. They were using fan-made posters, and I can only assume this means we're close to the trailer.
Yeah. It's probably illegal, but who really cares? I don't care. I'm not gonna fight. Hey, Sony doesn't want you to do this movie theater. I bet you better find out which one you are. No, movie theaters got to promote Spider-Man because they're a movie theater. Here's some cool shit that we do here. Come back, please. Spider-Man. Nothing wrong with that. They're perfectly
Trailer's
fine,
coming soon, supposedly.
But that's not even the biggest Spider-Man story, though. We touched on it yesterday. The one that Peter Parker from Tobey Maguire's universe. Spider-Man will reportedly not die in Avengers Doomsday. That's coming from Alex Cosmic Circus. They used to tell us all week long, we've been telling us, well, the X-Men are going to show up, and the way the movie begins is the X-Men universe collides with the Spider-Man universe, and they fight and they beat him up. He doesn't die. He does not die.
Hope not.
I hope not. I hope he survives with little May Parker. I hope his daughter. I hope we get to see MJ. Isn't the same actress who plays Aunt May still alive? Let's bring her in this movie too.
I would like to see them die, because it adds stakes. It adds. I mean, you think about, they were talking about how the opening of this film is and everything like that. The opening to Infinity War was great. The opening to Endgame, in my opinion, is better. But that type of opening, where it leaves the audience stunned, because when that happened with Hawkeye, and you go to black, it's like shit. That you understood from the jump, the stakes are high in this film. Mm-hmm. Shit actually matters. So if he lives, but we see May and Mary Jane and little May Parker die, stakes are high. You do that. It's this. You could even open the movie with the opening swing, like one of those, the episode 2, Spider-Man 2 swing. How it opens and he's swinging through the city. You do that, and it's Tobey Maguire narrating, "Hey, it's me, I'm back," and this is nothing. Then out of nowhere, an incursion, boom, 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 and then you see all these people die, and he's trying to get to May, and blah 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 blah, whatever. Then the TVA maybe grabs him and he has to watch.
We
his
need
universe
you.
Die.
You're important.
Yeah, Then you fade to the Avengers Doomsday logo. There needs to be stakes. I don't want people to just be like, we're all surviving and we're all happy. No, kill them.
Start the movie with the threat of incursions. You let the audience know from the jump, and then you get to see a superhero you cared about from 2006. Oh, this movie, man. This movie, I'm hopeful. What would a Russo brothers Star Wars be like? Can we get them? I know we heard they're going to stick around for the X-Men, but what about a Russo Star Wars?
Do they get Star Wars? Are they Star Wars fans?
Who's not a Star Wars fan? But that's an important question. Don't get me wrong. If they're not Star Wars fans, we don't want you there. Just stick to Spider-Man. Let's stick to the Marvel stuff.
Spider-Man 4 with Tobey, to answer Quan's question. He said, would we rather see Spider-Man 4 with Tobey or Blade 4 with Wesley? Spider-Man 4 with Tobey. For me.
Blade 4 for me. Would you rather see a recasted T'Challa, or would you rather see Spider-Man 4 with Tobey?
Spider-Man 4 with Tobey. No, I'm joking.
You know what? I should ask you about Andrew Garfield. That's your boy. Your boy is Andrew Garfield.
Woo! Yeah,
no, don't do it. No,
you can't. No, I'm joking. Relax. It's still recast T'Challa, but woo! I would kill for that Andrew movie.
Maybe Andrew can play T'Challa. There's a comic book with a white version of a Black Panther. They get creative there. Thank you for coming to another stream. Thank you to the supers from Battery, which we answered. Vader vs. Maul would be Star Wars corn. Yes. Flash was laugh out loud garp.
Play that last message I just sent.
Oh, there was one
this
more.
This happened a few days ago. We never talked about it, but it happened a few days ago. You agree with Godfrey?
Godfrey the comic. What does he say?
Blurred. What's his one name? What's that dude's name? The blurred dude.
Blurred Without Fear, Ernie?
Guy. Yeah, he said Ernie watching this said Godfrey doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay.
The X-Men is about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
Yes.
Magneto is Malcolm X and Martin Luther King is Xavier. Is Dr. Xavier. Their philosophies were that's where he got it from.
Yeah.
Professor.
Yeah.
It's all a lot of stuff is from black stories. And they just kind of Superman is the Egyptian about Osiris, like power from the sun. Same thing.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I read all.
I love that. I'm just now hearing that for the first time. I never knew that.
And when I was with Stanley, I love bragging about it because I don't care.
Hold on. Can I address the first two first? Because he's gonna change to Stanley, right? Has Stanley ever said the Martin Luther King and Malcolm X thing? Because I can believe it. I guess it happened in the 60s at the same time. I can believe that inspired the characters. So is it true?
I'm gonna send this to you because I don't have it exactly clipped and I don't remember what I said, but I did a video over this during X-Men 97. During X-Men 97.
And then the Osiris thing. This is the Superman story. If Siegel and Schuster did take from Egyptian lore to make their superhero, then fine, you're right, Godfrey. But if they just coincidentally or unconsciously copied the lore of the Osiris thing, then it's sort of a different story. I'd like to just hear the creators themselves admit we took inspiration from this, because maybe it happens to be the same, but there was no, again, intent. I don't want to ascribe anything without the intent. Is there really a white Black Panther in the comics? Yeah, it's called Marvel Knights: The World to Come. Read issue 1. Recast T'Challa or the Blade movie. T'Challa. Blade 4 for me also. There's some BS going on with the Blade movie and how they can't make it a vampire hunter killing vampires. What's so damn hard about that? I agree, Brogu. People need to stop saying that Magneto has killed his own people. Malcolm, don't do that. Professor X has manipulated his own students. MLK didn't do that. How Stanley's X-Men were inspired.
You know, as much as black folks, some black folks, blurs, some nerds like to try to, and I think people got upset with me when I said this the first time. It's in that link I just sent you. Stan Lee never definitively has said that. Now, I don't know what Godfrey was about to say there. I can't speak to when he met Stan Lee or what him and Stan talked about. Stan might have told him, "Get that nigga out of my face. Let me just tell him whatever." He could have just told him whatever. I don't know. He could have actually told him, "Hey, yeah."
Stan wouldn't say that. Well, should I play the video you sent me of your clip, or should I finish with the Godfrey thing?
Well, what I want to hear what Godfrey said that Stan told him.
Okay.
Stan Lee, I love bragging about it because I don't care. If you didn't meet Stan Lee, you can't with me.
Yeah.
Stan Lee, I was in his office for 3 hours. He was 89 years old. My friend went on a break, said, "Yo, hang out with Stan." I'm sitting with Stan Lee. I said, like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Godfrey, I want to show you something here. You see this picture of Wesley Snipes? Big ass picture of Snipes with the blade." He goes, "He's the reason why Marvel got out of bankruptcy. It was him.
Wow.
It was because we had Blade. Blade is the reason he saved Wesley." And I go, "And we ain't seen another Blade in 25 goddamn years." But they got 18 Spider-Mans, 90 this, and Wesley Snipes saved. But this is how this business is.
Yeah, look at that.
Eddie Murphy saved SNL. Bill Cosby saved NBC. In Living Color, changed the halftime for Fox.
Oh.
Michael Jackson saved the halftime of Super Bowl in 1993.
Still the most watched Super Bowl of all time.
Black people sell.
Super Bowl halftime. So.
We sell. It's just that they just can't get it out of their heads. They think we just can't give them too much because they'll do something. We're not going to act like you. We're not like that. No, we like to see everybody win. We ain't like you. And it's pathetic. It's like black people sell. They didn't think black people sold overseas. It was like, you guys don't sell. But then Black Panther gets $1 billion. And then I was in Saudi Arabia. And they were like, this is the only movie we've let in. Because they ban all American in Saudi. They go, "Oh, no, Black Panther. Yalla, yalla."
I heard that clip before, the second part.
Yeah, I've heard the second part. I've never heard the first part. Now, you don't have to listen to everything that I said in that video. You can just skip to what Stan said. But he didn't say anything about connecting it to civil rights era.
Okay, which part is the Stan part?
Oh, shit, I'm not sure. Should be
at a certain decision talking about, but in reality, and I meant to play this during that video, and maybe it would have put a lot of clips so that everybody can hear Stan Lee himself and hurl at myself and my maybe more so just myself. But let's go over these really quickly, and I'll give your names. We have actually let's just start here because I'm only gonna do this one. I'm not gonna do several. I had a comment that said, first of all, X-97 is a new.
Did you already play it?
No, I thought I played the clip in this.
X-Men is relevant and ground.
Maybe I skipped it. No, there's no part where you play it. Like the screen doesn't change.
From your view,
I don't
your
know.
algorithm.
I thought I played it. It should be in there, but maybe not.
How long is the clip? Is it like a 10-minute clip, 1 minute clip, a 10-second clip?
Let's see.
Now take the itself. There are those parallels, but at the end of the day, that wasn't the design. So let's not listen to me anymore talk about it. Let's hear what Stan Lee himself had to say when it comes to this issue.
There are things like that people catch that you may not have even known that you were putting in there. But
you are so right. Now take the X-Men. I was just originally trying to get an interesting group of characters with interesting powers, and I thought it would make it twice as interesting if the public really didn't like them that much. And if they had to worry about their reception by the outside world, little by little, I began getting mail saying how great it is that I'm doing these stories about bigotry and the evils of bigotry and so forth, and race hatred. And I guess I was doing that, but I was doing it subconsciously. That wasn't the main purpose.
So, as you just heard,
yeah.
Hey,
So it's not like
it came out of Stan Lee's mouth. It sounded like it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, he didn't do it purposefully. I know a lot of people like to tie that to Stan and want that and be like, oh yeah, no, he did that for black folks. Not
Maybe Chris Claremont did
No.
it for Malcolm and Martin, but apparently Stan Lee did not start with Malcolm and Martin in mind. Maybe after the after the mail, after the snail mail, he goes, oh really? Okay, let me dig into this. Maybe he does a shift later, but from inception, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King are not inspiring Magneto and Professor X.
But I like the parallels just like everybody else does. I mean, well, Quan didn't like it. He said Malcolm doesn't, which I agree with what he said too. So yeah, but that's what Stan said. So I didn't know what Godfrey was going to get at. I thought that he was going to say, "Oh, Stan told me." Okay, well, Stan was getting old then because he told you one thing, told this person another thing.
I want to add something woke. The colored pictures of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X should be the ones that you guys are posting if you ever happen to post them. Don't try to don't participate in the distancing them. They're so far away. This is such a long time ago, this and that, by putting a black and white picture out. They were alive in the 60s. There was color photo, color video. So if you're ever going to tweet a clip of them or retweet or repost or edit something, and that's a reminder to me too, lean towards the colored pictures and the colored movies, videos.
Yeah, they do try that, and it's so funny to me because it's like y'all act like we don't have grandparents. Like my grandmother went to a segregated high school.
Dog, Martin Luther King's daughter keeps tweeting and going viral every week for something. It's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago. They like to make it seem like it was, but it's not that long ago. They want to tell you, forget about it. It was so long ago. And I'm not saying this is to say that I think this way. They want to tell you, forget about slavery, forget about racism, let those things go. But they want to tell us to never forget 9/11. And I'm not saying I'm pro forgetting 9/11. I'm not. But
I'm saying investigate 9/11.
Yeah,
both were tragic. Yeah.
Yeah. Both were tragic, and only thought 9/11 was somewhat filmed on some stuff. Our what was done to our people was not filmed. You don't get to see what was done to our people. You don't get to see how they broke families apart. You don't get to see how they would make an example out of a black man on the plantation to be a warning to the rest of you that might get an idea. How they would sell a mother. Take the baby fresh out of the womb and sell the mom or get rid of the child or something like that. So our stuff is only told through verbal accounts, through text and history, something, but it wasn't recorded. It wasn't on film. Not like the Holocaust, not like some of these other tragedies. So don't ever tell us to forget or that it was so long ago. It wasn't. My grandmother was and still alive. Went to a segregated high school. Her mother's mother was a slave. So stop it.
If I could bring the mood down, it wouldn't matter if it was televised either. That would require them to have hearts. I'm watching Ukrainians and some of the refugees there getting love, my God, these are refugees, the Ukrainians, you got to support them. They've got blonde hair. This is different. I'm seeing reports right now today of Europeans being very upset at the Greenland situation. What's Trump doing? What's he trying to do? Try to occupy land? You can't do that. You can't just do a takeover of land. Well, what have we just been ignoring over the last 3 years over in Gaza? I just mean to say, Darius, that even if shit was videotaped and if well documented, there's just some people who would dehumanize and it wouldn't work on them.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with that. I'm just saying, when they try to tell us, oh, just get over it or whatever. No, but yet have a different sympathy. That's why I use those as an example, because they have a different mindset, different frame of mind when it comes to 9/11. It's never forget. Different frame of mind, like Quan just said, when it comes to people like Charlie Kirk. It's never forget. like he used in his example when it comes to Emmett Till, it's, oh, let that go. That was so long ago. Oh, Martin Luther King. Oh, let it go. They don't even think he should have a day no more. So, yeah. Yeah. And then you got, no, that's taking even a different direction. Different direction. Different talk. Where did Chillmonger go? Oh, on the phone. All right, guys. Well, I would like to think that would be our show today. Chill's on the phone backstage. But I think that would be our show today. We are back tomorrow. If you live in any of the southern states, brace yourselves. We're supposed to be getting a massive ice storm. And my camera, too, while I'm on here all alone, I'll address this. My camera looks like shit. My audio, I don't know if it sounds like it did yesterday, like shit as well. I'm going to get Henry over here to fix all that, so that'll be better. Because I'm looking at it on the TV and I'm looking at it on the screen. And it doesn't look good. So I don't know what it looks like from y'all's viewpoint. But it don't look good. So I'm going to get that fixed as well. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'm working on something, another set of content that we're going to be distributing to everyone. Hopefully soon it'll be another live stream format. And it'll only be once a week, and it would be with a bunch of other people. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to get that set up as well. Let's see, what other announcements? Anything else going on? I don't think so. Just that we will. Oh yeah, that's it. Friday. That's what I was going to say. Friday, we might be live earlier Friday than around the time that we are normally start, like that one time, because they're saying that this ice storm is supposed to, and that's assuming people have power, and like that I have power. But they're saying that this ice storm, if you live in these southern states, is supposed to be really, really, really bad. Yeah, I see Broger said he lives in Houston. He's bracing himself. I saw Professor Film Fan. What did you say? You said, yeah, hopefully the ice storm won't last long. Hopefully not, but they're talking about with it being, it also depends on how cold it is after the days after, but they're saying with it being possibly through that 3 to 4 inches of ice, not snow, ice, that could take a long time to. I remember there was a huge ice storm when I was in middle school or high school. One of those was the biggest ice storm I had seen hit here. We were out of school for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and you would always hear tree branches breaking from the ice or trees falling randomly from all the ice. So if it's anything like that, people might be out for a while, but it also depends on the weather. If it stays below freezing, then yeah, but if not, then it'll melt away. But they're saying that Friday and Saturday and Sunday, you ain't going nowhere. They're saying they're expecting people without power. They're saying that we're going to all be snowed in, don't get out on the roads, all that kind of stuff. So if you live in any of the southern states, brace yourself to head down to these stores because it's going to be like all that toilet paper and stuff gone again, all that stuff. So stay safe, everyone, if you can. Anyway, we're going to get out of here, or I'm going to get out of here. We'll be back on tomorrow and then possibly on Friday, just earlier. If you're new here and you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the subscription button. It helps us out a lot. Like I said, we are live on Thursdays. Oh, wait, tomorrow's Thursday, huh? Yeah, so we're live. Chillin' I'll be live in the morning, possibly. If not, then we're definitely live Pantheon. If we're not live tomorrow morning, it's because not a lot of topics, and we might want to save some of that stuff to talk about with Marcus as well. So, but if you're new here and you like what you saw, again, hit the subscription button to myself and Chill. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, if I did everything Hallelujah.